end zone to grab the lead.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We are broadcasting live and in living color from Don Howe Field at the Brickyard. We welcome you here to 2211 East 10th Street in Hobart, and we welcome you to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts. As everything gets underway here tonight around the Hoosier State, my name is Paul Condry, along with Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpakowski, Sam Michael with me here today, along with Tanya Carter. Privilege, as always, to put the headset on here on WEFM and WJOB, and, of course, JED TV. It is an absolute privilege to bring you tonight's high school football tournament series. And all 310 teams are participating in this year's tournament tonight. There is one game in 5A. Classes 1 through 4A will be starting sectional play with one destination: Lucas Oil Stadium at 500 South Capitol in Indianapolis, Indiana. Once again, the big party starts November 28th, 29th. 121 teams are getting after it tonight, and it will be the final time that they take their uniform off. It will be the end of an era for seniors, or as they say down on the farm, Steve McIntyre, the hay is in the barn.
Yep, you've worked 9 weeks to get to this point, and it's win and you advance, lose, you get ready for basketball season or wrestling, depending. But I tell you, look at these two ball clubs coming in tonight's ball game. It seems like it's an annual event in sectionals between these two teams. As New Prairie's had the upper hand in the last 3 years, and then back in 2019, back when I was still coaching, we were able to get past Russ Rudke in the regional at that time to win the regional and move on. But it should be a good one tonight. Got beautiful weather tonight for late October. You couldn't ask for any better weather, and it should be a decent ball game, Paul.
The 4-time state champion Hobart Brickies come in with a record of 7 wins and 2 losses out of the Northwest Crossroads Conference, and they begin their quest tonight here at Don Howe Field at the Brickyard versus the 3-6 New Prairie Cougars, who represent the Northern Indiana Conference. Tonight will be the 4th consecutive season these clubs have clashed in the postseason. The Cougars have won the 3 previous postseason games over the Bricks. Glad you've joined us here today, and our coverage of high school football tonight is being presented on WEFM in part by our friends at Family Express, with locations throughout Northwest Indiana and North Central Indiana, including 3 in Crown Point, 3 in Mishawaka, and on the web at FamilyExpress.com. LIUNA and the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Spectrum Financial Group, a registered investment advisor located right here in downtown Hobart since 1984. The United States Marine Corps. Home is where my commitment begins. Around the world is where it continues. The United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. The Cubit Networks, your technology advocate for security communications, enterprising networks, and computer support. Horizon Bank. At Horizon Bank, exceptional service and sensible advice since 1873. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
We also would like to acknowledge our friends in support of Engravables, your headquarters for awards, trophies, plaques, located at 2005 Calumet Avenue in Valpo. Scott Miller, a 5-star real estate broker, and Berkshire Hathaway HS Executive Realty. Ivy Tech Community College, with locations in Crown Point, East Chicago, Gary, and on the web at ivytech.edu. Ivy Tech Community College, our communities, your college. We also would like to acknowledge our friends and Mayor Pete Land in the city of Crown Point, Parks and Athletic Communications and Entertainment Department. Also on WEFM tonight, we proudly welcome in our friends at the Dave Cox Law, personal injury attorney. So if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. I also want to thank our friends at First Trust Credit Union of Valparaiso, LaPorte, Wheatfield, and Michigan City. Friedman and Associates, the LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office. We also would like to thank our friends at Property Management Incorporated, the highest-rated property management team in Northwest Indiana. And they're available at PMINWI.com. Otto Schregel and the Allen Law Group for record settlement in construction injury and defective product litigation at KenAllenLaw.com. We also would like to acknowledge our longtime friends here at Regional Radio Sports, and you know who they are. We appreciate our great friend Jeff Larimore and our friends at Spectrum Financial Group. We're going to take our first 60-second audio timeout. This will be an audio timeout. Once again, you are listening and watching the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Current debts into one lower payment. There are many ways a home equity line of credit from First Trust Credit Union can help. Borrow only what you need as you need it with reasonable and understandable terms. Give us a call at 800-276-6161. Stop by any of our offices or apply online at firsttrustcu.com. For 65 years, First Trust has been your hometown credit union. We are people helping people. Loans subject to credit approval with rates based on consumer credit scoring system. First Trust Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, NMLS number 399279, and is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, Steve McIntyre, Frank Hill-Pakaski. We're bringing the third member of the broadcast team. He's been with me for 34 years. I was telling Sam Michael, Frank, earlier today about Sam, of course, who recently became the head baseball coach at Highland.
Great
so
guy.
excited for what he's been able to do. You and I had a chance to get together and meet when you were writing for the Calumet Press newspaper at the time.
You're right.
And, of course, you were covering a lot of those things up there in that portion of Lake County, and we're glad to be with the broadcast group tonight here on WJOB. So excited about what Sam has been able to do and really taken Jed TV and our good friend Jimmy Diolo to the whole nother level. So we're excited to be here to represent not only that side of the house, but also our friends at WBFM. All right, so it's tournament time. The four-time state champion Brickies are in action. And of course, New Prairie has dashed the Brickies' hopes the last three seasons under previous head coach Casey McKim, who's now at Lowell. And you look at Hobart field boss Eric Schreiber, now 1-1 in postseason play at Hobart. So let's take a look at the Northwest Crossroads Conference and the Northern Indiana Conference, because those are the two conferences that are meeting here tonight.
All right, Paul, the Northwest Crossroads Conference finishing up last week, the big ball game, of course, Andrean knocking off Lowell down at the Inferno to win the conference championship. The Niners ran the table in the league, going 6-0. In fact, they've run off 8 straight wins since the season opening loss to Maryville back, of course, in week 1. Lowell finishing second in the league, 5-1 in the conference, 7-2 overall. And Hobart tied them overall with a 7-2 mark, 4-2 in the conference. They come in on a 3-game winning streak. Hanover Central, last year's champion, dropped to 3-3 this year, 4-5 overall. Munster got a win last week. This was the first time in 7 years that they won 2 conference games in a season. They were 3-6 overall. KV is disappointing, 1-5 in conference play, 1-8 overall, and finally Highland did not win a conference game, 2-7 overall. We'll get into who those teams play when we go through the pairings after the next time out. Meanwhile, the Northern Indiana Conference, as usual, dominated by Penn. They ran the table both in the conference and overall, 7-0 in league play, 9-0 since we saw them week 1 against Valparaiso. They went through everybody like a hot knife through butter this year. St. Joe's 6-1 in the conference, 8-1 overall. The only loss was last week to Penn, but they had a great year. Elkhart 5-2 in conference play, 6-3 overall. They come in on a 2-game winning streak. They're off tonight. South Bend Adams and New Prairie both were 3-4 in the conference. Adams 4-5 overall. The Cougars, as Paul mentioned earlier, 3-6. Overall in the season. Then you've got Riley at 2-5, 4-5 overall, and finally Mishawaka Marion and South Bend Washington both 1-6 in conference play and both 2-7 overall.
When it comes to your technological needs, Cubit Network cares about your quality of experience. Located at 103 Polk Street in LaPorte, Cubit Networks wants to build client relationships that withstand the tests of time and changing technology. You can buy technology from anywhere, but Cubit Network's dedication to making your purchase a great one is the difference you've been looking for. Give them a call at 219-369-4357 or visit them online at cubitnet.com. Cubit Networks, moving and storing data fast. and State. Let's take a look at these two teams respectively, and as we'll continue on with the Football Friday pregame show. New Prairie High School, of course, one season ago, 9-4, 5-1 last season. They lost 21-7 at Mishawaka in the 4A Regional Championship under the direction of first-year coach Ryan O'Shea. Of course, Ryan is the son of the legendary Kevin O'Shea, who's in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. His grandfather also is in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame, but Ryan is a product of Attica High School and Ball State in 2012. His record at New Prairie is 3-6. He is only the 10th coach in the history of New Prairie High School. New Prairie began playing football in 1968. This is the 58th consecutive season of Cougar football. New Prairie has won 374 games, lost 245, and is tied twice. Their overall postseason record is 53-40. This is the 622nd football game in the school's history. They've won 10 sectionals, 4 regionals, 2 semi-states. They've won 3 conference championships in the Northern Indiana Conference, and they've also, when they were a member of the Northern State Conference, they also won about 10. So that gives you an idea of the New Prairie Cougars, the history. Now Frank's going to tell you a little bit about what their season was all about, courtesy of our good friend Scott Miller. Scott Miller is a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards and accolades. Says the top 1% of all teams within Berkshire Hathaway nationally. He's also the top 15% agent nationwide, recipient of the Excellence in Client Service Award based upon his 100 client 5-star reviews. He is the top producing agent throughout Northwest Indiana. If you want results, Scott Miller, Realtor, Berkshire Hathaway HS Executive Realty at 219-263-3039. Don't forget to visit our guy, Scott Miller. And once again, if you want results that are going to move you, if you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, you know what time it is, guys?
Scott Miller time.
All right, take it away, Frank.
All right, well, it was a very rough start for the new coach, Ryan O'Shea, this year for the Cougars as they dropped their first 5 ball games, losing at LaPorte 32-14. Then they came home, lost to Northwood 51-14. Then kind of a rough schedule early on as they had to go to St. Joe's, lost to them 43-13. St. Joe's ended up winning all their games until playing Penn last week. Then lost to Adams in a tight one, 35-34. Lost at home to Elkhart, 56-28. But they've righted the ship in the second half of the season quite well. They beat Riley 45-42 in Week 6 to get on the board in the win column. Beat Mishawaka Marion 34-30 after that. Then got wiped out by Penn 49-0 at Freed Field. Finally last week, a 44-35 winner against South Bend, Washington to get their 3rd win in their last 4 ball games, Paul.
We're going to take our first video timeout and come back more, and we will talk Hobart High School football, the amazing history and the legacy that is what it says right across the way. Once a Brickie, always a Brickie. We'll come back and talk about the legendary football program, the Brickies, playing in their 1,031st game in school's history here tonight. We'll be back in 2 minutes with a video timeout on Regional Radio Sports, WJOB, WEFM, and, of course, the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series is being presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's one-car, two-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance. And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the two-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back here to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series, being presented by the Indianapolis Colts. Once again broadcasting live tonight on WEFM 95.9 FM and WJOB and Jet TV. Privilege, as always, to be with you here today. We're talking Hobart football. Steve McIntyre, we grew up here. It's a rare moment for us to be able to come back home but be a part about this. Always love talking about the history of this amazing program. And, of course, you talk about it, Steve. Program began playing football on a consistent basis in 1927. This is the 99th consecutive season of Bricky football. Hobart has amassed 676 wins, 336 losses, and only 18 ties. Hobart's overall playoff record in school's history is 109-42. And as I mentioned, this is the 1,031st game in the school's history tonight. They've won 22 sectionals, 17 regionals, 10 semi-states, 8 state runners-up, and 4 state championships. They also won, Frank, keep note of this, 17 Duneland Conference championships. They've won 4 Northwest Crossroads championships. So before you get a little haughty and puffy-chested about Crown Point going 4 consecutive years and winning the Duneland Athletic Conference, need I remind you?
Well, Crown Point's only been a member of the conference about 20 years. So
but my point is 17
they can't
Duneland
win
Conference
17.
championship. All right. That being said, Bricky's coming in 4-2 in their league, 7-2 overall. Let's talk about the season for the Bricks.
Okay, they started out, their defense was awesome right out of the gate this year. They dominated Chesterton 20-3 in the opener. Chesterton turned out to have a pretty good year as well. Then they went on the road to Portage, beat them 52-21, started conference play with a 41-7 win here against Munster, went down to Wheatfield and defeated KV 40-7. Then the big ball game at Andran in week 5, dropped a 17-7 decision to the Niners in that one. Came back here, then was a nip and tuck game with Lowell. Lost on a last walk-off field goal at the Horn, 20-17, but they bounced back since then with 3 straight wins at Hanover Central, 42-23. Beat Morton in a heavily penalized game, I believe, for both teams, especially on the Morton side, 29-18, and then demolished Highland last week, 74-0, to get their 7th win of the season.
Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Engravables. Engravables is your local source for team trophies, plaques, and awards. Located at 2005 Calumet Avenue in Valpo, they're also your local headquarters for badges, ID tags, and signage, gift items, and rubber stamps. Engravables has been expanded into promotional products such as pins, calendars, drinkware, and giveaways for your business. For more information, give them a call today at 219-477-5656 or check them out on their website at www.engravables.net.
Tonight, 121 teams are going into play. In Class 5A, 1 game. In Class 4A, there are going to be 30 teams. In Class 3A, 33 teams. In Class 2A, 30 teams. And in Class 1A, 27 teams. So when you do the math, boys, 121 teams will be playing their final football game, potentially in their career. And as they say, now's the time to make it happen. So let's go over here, and we're going to start in Class 5A.
Well, as you mentioned, Paul, just
one game.
Just one
Don't
game.
hurt yourself,
I
Frank.
won't hurt myself here, as everybody else will start up next week. But we've got Whiteland, who's ranked number 8 in the latest Indiana Football Digest Top 10 poll. They'll be on the road at Seymour this evening. Moving on to 4A, of course, we have all eyes on this sectional here because this game is a part of sectional 17. 2 teams from the Northwest Crossroads Conference start things off with Hanover Central on the road at the Inferno, taking on the Lowell Red Devils. Highland will be at East Chicago Central. And then, of course, you got the winner this game here, New Prairie and Hobart. The winner of this game tonight will take on the winner of Kankakee Valley and Westside next week. I believe if Westside wins, they would come here to Hobart if the Brickies advance. Should KV knock off with the battle of the Cougars, you might say tonight, the Cougars with a K would host Hobart next week. Sectional 18, Plymouth is on the road at South Bend, Washington. Number 3, Mishawaka, pretty good matchup. They'll go to Napanee to take on the Northwood Panthers. Wawasee is at Northridge, and at the bottom of the bracket, South Bend Riley is at number 9, South Bend St. Joseph's. Sectional 19, this is the Fort Wayne area sectionals. Fort Wayne will be at Fort Wayne Southside. New Haven is at number 2, East Noble. Columbia City in the bottom half of the bracket is at DeKalb. One of the top games maybe the top game tonight in 4A might be this one. Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger, number 5 in the state, will be at number 8 Leo, taking on the Lions. And finally, sectional 20 to wrap up the northern half of 4A. Lebanon is at Culver Academies. The winner of that game will host Frankfort next week, who've got the bye tonight. Muncie Central is at Marion, and Huntington North is at Logansport, Paul.
Personal injury attorney Dave Cox proudly supports Region Football and wishes best of luck to the Bricks tonight. We hope you never need his services, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum and is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence and getting fair and just results. For a free consultation and to discuss his best game plan in your case, call him or text him at 219-CALLCOX, which is 219-225-5269, or check him out online at davecoxlaw.com. Now let's look at the back end of 4A. Here's Frank.
All right, the southern half of 4A, you've got the sectional 21. Beech Grove is at Richmond. The winner of that game will take on Yorktown. They'll host Yorktown next week, who has the bye. Number 7, Pendleton Heights, is on the road at Mount Vernon and Fortville. And Newcastle will be at Greenfield Central. Sectional 22, you've got Indianapolis Shortridge taking on Danville tonight. Another good matchup here. Number 6, Roncalli is at number 10, Northview. In the bottom half of this sectional, number 4, Chittard, coming off a loss from last week against a team from Ohio. They'll be at Mooresville, and Crispus Attucks will be at Brebeuf. Sectional 23, we've got Bedford North Lawrence on the road at Jennings County. Connorsville will be at Shelbyville. The bottom half of that bracket, Martinsville is at Greenwood Community. And finally, Silver Creek at Charlestown. And to wrap up 4A, sectional 24, got the Evansville sectional here. Evansville Central will be at Wrights Bowl, taking on the Evansville Wrights Panthers. The number 1 team, Heritage Hills, on the road at Washington, trying to win back-to-back state titles. And finally, Jasper is at Boonville. Evansville Bossy is at Evansville Harrison, Paul.
We'll continue to lay out the land, if you will, of what is anticipating a spectacular 53rd annual IHSAA tournament. We're going to take a 60-second video timeout and come back with our continuing coverage of the 53rd annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts. We'll be back right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
Graduating high school and starting college is a big milestone. New gadgets, new friends, and a whole new chapter in life. But before you head to campus, there's one important step you shouldn't skip: reviewing your insurance coverage. If you're living away from home, your parents' policy may only cover you partially, or not at all. With years of trusted service right here in Schererville, Mackey Insurance Group is committed to keeping you safe and informed, whether you're on the road or planning your next adventure. Call us at 219-440-2021 or visit MackeyINSgroup.com to learn more.
Welcome back here to Don Howe Field at the Brickyard. We welcome you once again to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series, being presented in part by the Indianapolis Colts. And we welcome everybody on WEFM 95.9 FM and WJOB and Judd TV. Frank Kipakowski is going to tell us about an exciting 3A tournament series.
Should be, Paul. Starting with sectional 25, you got Glenn at Calumet, Mishawaka Marion is at River Forest, Griffith on the road at Bishop Knoll, and the Miles McLaughlin Show and the Knox Redskins on the road at Jimtown. Miles just under 800, a little less than 800 yards shy of the all-time Indiana rushing record. Sectional 26, got Garrett at Fairfield. Woodland is on the road at Lakeland. Number 10, Tippecanoe Valley will be at Angola, and Fort Wayne Concordia is at West Noble. Sectional 27, Northwestern will be at Peru. Number 8, McConaughey, a good one at number 9, Twin Lakes to start things off. West Lafayette at Western and Frankton at Benton Central round out that sectional. And sectional 28, you got number 6, Mississinewa is at Oak Hill. Jay County at Belmont. Norwell at Heritage. And Fort Wayne Lures, last year's 3A representative from the north, they'll be at Delta. The southern half of 3A looks this way. Number 3, Cascade, unbeaten at Indianapolis, Washington. Tri-West is at West Vigo. Speedway at Crawfordsville and Guerin Catholic at Hamilton Heights. Sectional 30 has Franklin County at Batesville. The winner will host Lawrenceburg next week. Lawrenceburg ranked number 5 in the 3A poll. Greensburg is at Purdue Polytechnic, and Rushville is at South Dearborn. Sectional 37, Owen Valley is at Madison. The winner will host Indian Creek next week, who has the bye. Corydon is at North Harrison, Edgewood at Scottsburg. And finally, sectional 32 to wrap up 3A. We've got the top 2 teams in this sectional. Gibson Southern is at Vincennes Lincoln. Gibson Southern is number 2 in the state. If they win, they will host number 1 Evansville Memorial. Some people, including yours truly, think that might be the state championship game right there. Maybe the 2 best teams in 3A. Mount Vernon at Southridge and Evansville Mater Dei at Princeton round out 3A, Paul.
Once again, our coverage of high school football today being presented in part by a great friend, Otto Schregel. With a steadfast commitment to justice and client advocacy, Otto Schregel brings a wealth of experience and proven success to every case. Whether navigating complex legal challenges or fighting for the rights of individuals, the Allen Law Group remains a trusted ally for those in need. Whether it's construction injury or defective product litigation, Otto has helped injured workers secure record final verdicts in Indiana and Illinois. To get in touch with Otto and the team at Allen Law Group, 219-465-6292, or go to their website for more information at kenallenlaw.com.
Moving on to 2A, sectional 33. Good one tonight in Lake Station, not far from here actually. Wheeler at Lake Station tonight. The winner gets the honor of hosting Andrean next week in the sectional semis. Rensselaer will play Boone Grove at the Wolves then. First time those schools have met. Bremen at Whiting, the other matchup there. Sectional 34, Delphi is at Southmont. North Putnam at Western Boone. Lafayette Central Catholic is at Seeger, and Lewis Cass is at North Montgomery. Sectional 35, Prairie Heights at Manchester. Whitco is at Eastside. Central Noble drew the short straw. They'll be at number 1 Adams Central, the defending state champs. And number 8 Bluffton is at Churubusco. Sectional 36, Eastbrook, number 6 in the state, at Alexandria. Number 9 Rochester is at Elwood. Eastern Greentown at Blackford, and Wabash at Tipton. Southern half of 2A, number 5 Indianapolis Lutheran on the road at Covenant Christian. Heritage Christian is at Cardinal Ritter. Monrovia is at Cecina. Park Tudor has the bye. They'll be at Lutheran or Covenant Christian next week. Sectional 38, Eastern is at Shenandoah. Number 7, Triton Central at Centerville. Number 3, LaPel is at number 10, Winchester. Good matchup there. Eastern Hancock at Union County. Sectional 39, Sullivan on the road at South Vermilion. Pike Central at North Posey. Greencastle at Brown County, and Mitchell at Linton Stockton. And wrapping up 2A with sectional 40, we've got Crawford County at Clarksville, Salem at Switzerland County, number 2 and unbeaten Brownstown at Tell City, and Eastern Pekin is at Paoli. And we want to thank the mayor, Pete Land, and the Crown Point Pace Department. They're proud to support Crown Point Athletics. They say go Bulldogs. They'll be playing next week against Lake Central. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the police department invite everyone to Legacy Fields at Center Ross Park for trunk or treat with the city's public safety departments. Wear your costume and join us on Sunday, the 26th, from 1 till 3 p.m. That's at Legacy Fields in Crown Point. Finally, wrapping things up with 1A, sectional 41. You got LaVille at Culver Community. Number 8, North Judson, looking to bounce back from their loss to Pioneer last week. They'll be at South Central. West Central, who's number 10 in the 1A poll, they'll be at South Newton. North Newton at Bowman Academy. Two teams vastly improved this year, both with winning records coming into that game tonight. Sectional 42, you got unbeaten number 2 Frontier. They've had an amazing season. They'll be at Tri-County. Number 6 Pioneer, big win for them last week. They'll be at Caston. Carroll LaFlora is at Winnemac, and North White is at Taylor. Sectional 43, North Miami's at Northfield. The winner will host Southwood, who has the bye this week. Southern Wells at Triton, and Fort Wayne Blackhawk at Fremont, the other 2 matchups in that sectional. Sectional 44, you've got Union City at Hagerstown. Cambridge City is at Monroe Central. Madison Grant at South Adams, and West Dell at Tri. And the southern half of 1A, Attica is at number 5, South Putnam. Park Heritage at Fountain Central. Covington's at North Central Farmersburg. And number 3, Riverton Park is at North Vermilion. Sectional 46, just a 5-team sectional, and just 1 game tonight. Clinton Central is at Cloverdale. The winner will host Indianapolis Tinley next week in the semis. Sectional 47, South Decatur is at Eastern Green. The winner will host Milan next week. West Washington is at Knightstown. Greenwood Christian at number 9, North Decatur, the other matchups there. And finally, wrapping it up, the entire state, Sectional 48, got 3 ranked teams in this sectional. Forest Park is at number 1, Springs Valley. Number 4 and defending champ Providence is at North Knox. Number 7, North Davies at Prairie Central. And South Spencer is at Tecumseh. That's your matchups for tonight, Paul, all over Indiana.
All right, we're going to take a 60-second video timeout and come back. And after the timeout, we'll go one-on-one with the head coach of the New Prairie Cougars, Ryan O'Shea, will be joining us after the timeout. You are listening and watching the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series, presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Want to save more on your grocery shopping? Join the Strack & Van Til Rewards program. Earn points on every purchase and watch the savings add up. Get personalized offers based on items you buy most. Clip digital coupons for discounted or free products. Enter sweepstakes and more. Not a member? Sign up now. Membership is free. Scan the code on in-store signage. Download the Strack & Van Til app or visit strackandvantil.com. Life made simple. Savings made easy. It's a Strack & Van Til thing.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and the last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
High school football here today. We welcome you to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts. Ryan O'Shea, the head coach at New Prairie High School, spending time with us here today. I've known this young man since he was probably in diapers. Excited about the opportunity that is before him as he's taking on the Hobart Brickies. Paul Condry's alma mater. You got to really kind of walk really carefully here down the line now here, Coach, because you're talking about, what they say about blood and water.
Yeah, I hear you. So I appreciate you having me on, and it's an honor to be interviewed by you.
All right, let's talk about this football team. I know you dropped the first 5, but you guys have righted the ship, moving in the right direction. As they say in today's age, you are trending on the upside. So give us an idea what's turned it around for you here down the backstretch.
Well, we had a hard time beginning the season. First of all, our schedule is tough to begin the season with, LaPorte and then Northwood and St. Joe and Elkhart in there too. I mean, those are some good teams that we play. So that's part of it. But then the other part of it is we start a lot of young sophomores. So having those sophomores start to kind of grow up here in the last several weeks, ever since about the Adams game, about week 4, week 5 there, we've kind of righted the ship. And like you said, and those young kids have really started to play a lot better. And, we kind of found our identity on offense, with running the football with Reed Robinson. He's an excellent athlete. And so we kind of just started to find our identity. And we win games in shootouts, and that's kind of how we are. And our kids are strangely comfortable in that. It's not as comfortable for me, it's on the sidelines. But they're comfortable with it, and that's how we win games, and so that's kind of been part of the turnaround. It's like we've found our identity, and we're starting to grow up.
All right, let's talk about your offense led by the aforementioned Reed Robinson, a prolific athlete, 600 yards passing, 1,400 yards passing, a 2,000-yard kid. That's outstanding when you think about it. All right, but I want you to talk about him going against the Brickies defense. What type of things have you seen on film against that Hobart defense you think that Reed could take advantage of?
Well, Reed's, like you said, an excellent athlete. He's a really good runner of the football. He makes really good decisions. Since week 4, when we kind of started turning things around, he's only turned the ball over twice in 6 games. So he's really good about taking care of the football. And that's what's going to have to take place tonight. He's going to have to take care of the ball and make sure that we're not making mistakes on the offensive side. We keep moving the chains against this Hobart defense that's played pretty well. And so we've got to keep moving the chains and keep the ball out of their hands on offense, and keep cranking out those first downs, and eventually punch those in and cash them in for touchdowns. But this Hobart defense is pretty good. They've got some good athletes, especially at the corner position, and they got some other good athletes up front. And, their defense line is very impressive. So we're in for it tonight, but we believe in Reed and what he does is going to work, and he's going to make some good decisions and run the football well.
Well, let's talk about your defense matched up against Alex Tatum, the outstanding junior quarterback. His numbers are just basically the opposite of Reed's, where he is a prolific passer, and in rushing the football is kind of like a secondary option for him. But his numbers have been very, very good so far this season. He's got 4 or 5 guys that he's thrown the ball around to. The running back position for Hobart, I know they've had some injuries there, so you just never know what you're going to get there. But let's talk about Alex Tatum and keeping him in check.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback. He's got good mechanics, and he makes good decisions. He knows when to throw the ball, when to run the ball. So, it's impressive to watch on film for sure. We're going to have to play good defense and opportunistic defense. We haven't been one that gets a whole bunch of stops on this year. Our defense has kind of struggled a little bit, but if we can get some timely turnovers and force Hobart into some situations where they're not comfortable, then that's where we're going to have the advantage.
Ryan, I want you to take me back to as this is the first round of the tournament series, and I know that your dad, who's a member of the Indiana Football Hall of Fame, just like this old dude is. I tell you what, you've been around one of the most successful coaches in the history of the game, and this is the only thing you've really ever known. So I want you to take me back to one particular favorite IHSAA moment that happened in the life of Ryan O'Shea, whether it be as a little kid or as a player when you were growing up in Attica, or whatever the case may be. It may be as a coach for the first time. Is there a special IHSAA memory that stands out in your mind?
Well, the first one that stands out would be the state championship I was part of in 2015, being on staff with my dad and my uncle and my grandpa all together. We won a state championship at Lafayette Central Catholic. That was an excellent team. I mean, the kids on that team with Jackson Anthrop and Coy Cronk, they were really good team. It was fun to be a part of. So that's the one that stands out immediately to me as far as some of my fun IHSA memories. Another one that sticks out as well is back in 1999 actually. My dad's team took Clayton Richard and Brandon Clifton up to the Bricky Bowl and upset the Brickies in the Bricky Bowl on the way to my dad's first sectional championship. So that was a pretty cool moment as well, just bringing up the little bit of Hobart history in that as well.
I did that game on regional radio sports. I remember it very distinctly. Clayton went on to be Mr. Football, had a tremendous career up at Michigan. Then, of course, he played probably a dozen seasons in the big leagues. Special athlete. I'm glad he's back, making a difference in the lives as he's still coaching. I believe he's at Lafayette Jeff now. So, hey, Ryan, once again, thanks again. Keep the best to you and the family. And the next time you see your dad, give him a hug for me. He's one of my favorite guys of all time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it.
you for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports. We're going to take a 60-second video timeout and come back with our continuing coverage of the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
IHSA football tournament series getting underway here, presented by the Indianapolis Colts. Great to be joined here by Eric Schreiber, the head football coach of the Hobart Brickies. Eric, first of all, congratulations on a solid season for you and your guys as you get ready to go into season play here, where there's that sense of urgency that you got to have, and there's that mindset that, hey, listen, we have to be excellent on every single play because one play sends you home. And that's the last thing the seniors want to do is finish their season here today. So let's just talk about creating the mindset and the heart of a sense of urgency here today.
Yeah, I think our week, a few weeks ago, we started talking about full potential and reaching our full potential and what that looks like. And we met with the seniors back in February, a lot of our leaders, not just seniors, and kind of looked at the season. And we're like, hey, guys, like, I know we're not starting as many seniors this year, but, like, this is what we've got. And what do you think we can do? If we're fully healthy, we're ready to go, we can compete all 9 games, all 9 weeks. And everybody kind of perked up and was like, yeah, I think we can do pretty good. And so obviously the seasons went how it has. And so we kind of reflected back on that talk and just discussed, like, what is our full potential? We're healthy now. We got guys back that have been banged up and had been out for the middle part of the year. And last week was a big part of that. Like, what, not playing to our standard, not the opponent's standard, and we answered the call, and I'm proud of the way the kids competed. But yeah, I think it's all about reaching our full potential every week and understanding that there's a play we're a play away from going home, and we don't want to end the way we did last year.
Give us an idea as you look at this new Prairie team today. Reed Robinson is a great multifaceted player. And talking with Coach O'Shea earlier, they may even try him on defense here tonight, so that will be an interesting situation. Both quarterbacks both playing defense. That's a fun. That's the way it happens in 1 and 2 and 3A football. Give us an idea as you look at this. It's a new Prairie offense that's put up some points. Defensively, however, they have been very porous. I can use that terminology, but give us an idea. Your offense against their defense, and conversely, the other way around.
Yeah, I think our approach is what we've seen the last 3 years is that they've knocked us off, and we're not necessarily we're looking at it as this is a 0-0 opponent. Reed Robinson's a phenomenal athlete. He gave us fits last year, and although they're young in certain areas, we're approaching them like they're the new Prairie Cougars of old, and our mentality is to attack every play. I think matchup wise, I think we match up real well on both sides of the ball. They're a run-heavy team. For us, it's going to be a lot of discipline, making sure that we're making the correct alignments on defense, occupying number 3, making sure we can take care of him. But, on the offensive side of things, it's up front. It's our offensive line. It has been the whole year, and we think that this past 3 weeks we've really been able to put some things together. And we've had a lot of guys get reps on the offensive line. We've kind of jumbled some guys around, and we think we found the right group of 5 now, and they're growing every week. And so we're excited about what they can do tonight. The 3-3 stack, which was what they do, is giving us fits. But we think we're in a good position tonight to show what we can do.
All right, special teams always plays a big part of football. Give us an idea as you look at your special teams unit. I look at Jandy, your kicker. Sabitsky, those guys have done a real good job. Whoever you called upon to kick the football, the punting's been good. The return numbers are really, really good collectively as a team as well as personally. So give us an idea what you think about your special teams unit coming into the game.
Yeah, our biggest Achilles heel, if you want to call it that, is our kickoff team. And that's what lost us in this game last year, our coverage team, and being able to kick the ball where we need to kick it to and be able to stay in our lanes and adjust to the ball when it's returned. And so that's going to be the challenge tonight. It has been really all year. We've done quite a few different things to try to fix some things without putting all 11 starters on kickoff. We're trying to get some other guys in the game for that. But I think we've tried to find some answers the last few weeks, and we've been pretty successful to put our defense in good positions. But the kickoff team is the biggest portion that needs to step up over the next 5 weeks, hopefully 6 weeks. So, every other part of our special teams has been phenomenal. We found a kicker. I know Xander Langford last year was a phenomenal punter, and Michael Clake has stepped up as a sophomore. He's a goalie for us in the soccer team, and he's been phenomenal. Alex Tatum also has a boot. He's also part of Australian, so it's in his blood. But, I think collectively our special teams have been really well, aside from our kickoff team, so they need to step up throughout the next 6 weeks.
Montolopoulos doesn't have any eligibility left. I know that, but that certainly would be the answer to that. All right, I asked the same question to Coach O'Shea. You've been around football your whole life, obviously a very young guy still, but your dad's been a high school football coach. Look back on all the IHSAA football moments that you've had a chance to experience, whether it be as a kid player or as a assistant coach or a head coach. Is there an IHSAA moment that stands out in your mind's eye that says, boy, I'll never forget this?
Yeah.
What is that for Eric Schreiber?
Yeah, Warren Central back in 2005. I think I just turned 10 years old. Kevin Hart was the head football coach. Jeremy Finch was on that team. Darren Evans was on that team. They came out, and I just watched, probably was too young to watch Friday Night Lights at that time, but I just watched Friday Night Lights, and they came out like that team out of Texas, that team out of Dallas, I believe, or whatever the other team was, not Permian. And they looked like the real deal. And they ran an old school offense. They ran the flex bone. And it was awesome to watch them execute at a high level and just play with swagger. But they were disciplined, and they were fast and physical. And it was nothing compared to that team, that 05 team. And that's probably the color popcorn back in the day in the RCA Dome was really awesome. That was something I always loved. The colored popcorn, they'd come down the aisles and stuff and pass that out. And we'd always sit in the end zone. I think it was the east end zone. But yeah, we'd always, every year we'd go down to that game. But that was probably the most memorable moment.
Once again, thanks to Eric Schreiber for joining us here on the Football Friday pregame show. Now it's time for our starting lineups here in today's game. Once again, the Brickies and the Cougars here tonight take center stage here in the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series. Let's take a look at the offense of the new Prairie Cougars. It starts up front with the center, number 67, Andrew Anderson, a 5'8", 227-pound senior. Flanked on the left side at guard by number 54, Tyler Pranger, 6'3", 266-pound junior. And the left tackle, number 55, Lane Salt, 5'11", 274-pound senior. On the right side at guard is Henry Luskowski, a 5'11", 229-pound senior. And number 59, Marshawn Thompson is the right tackle, 6'3", 245 senior. Once again, Salt, Pranger, Anderson, Luskowski, and Thompson, the big boys up front. The quarterback, he's a good one. 5'11", 195-pound senior Reed Robinson. He has passed for 605 yards and rushed for 1,424 yards. His feature back in the offense is number 1, Lucas Halderman, a 5'10", 158-pound sophomore. Outside on the perimeter, number 7, Braden Kaminsky, a 6'1", 153-pound junior. And number 6, Coulter Smith, a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore. And at the wideouts, it's going to be Fremont Mamosa, a 6', 156-pound senior. And number 13, Sully Kress, a 5'11", 169-pound senior. Steve?
Coming to tonight's ball game, averaging 25 points per ball game, 257 on the ground, only 67 through the air for a total of 324 per ball game, Paul.
Taking a look at the Brickies defense, they'll run up 4 down linemen. It'll be Logan Peters, 6'2", 225, a senior, and Aiden Cash, 6'4", 225, a junior. At the ends, inside at the tackles, number 61, Preston Perez, 5'8", 190-pound senior, and number 53, Ethan Abrego, 6'1", 320, a senior. Once again, Peters, Perez, Abrego, and Cash, the big boys up front. At the outside linebackers, it's going to be number 2, Alex Tatum, a 6'2", 200-pound junior. At 1, outside backer, number 3, TJ Irvin, 5'8", 165-pound sophomore, is the opposite outside backer. Inside, number 66, Josh Diaz, 6'1", 255-pound senior, has had a really solid year with 71 stops. And along with number 41, Vontrell Jones, 5'10", 175 junior. He has 80 tackles. At the corners, number 10, Nathan Subchinski, a 5'8", 155-pound junior. At corner, number 18, Bryce Tolliver, 6'1", 175, a junior. And the safety, number 20, Stephen Miller, a 6', 170-pound junior.
Defensively, they play well all year long, and the numbers bear that out, only giving up 13 points per ball game, only 96 yards on the ground and 110 through the air for a total of 206. They're plus 10 in the giveaway takeaway ratio, 38 tackles for loss, 12 interceptions, 8 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, and 23 pass breakups, Paul.
Our starting lineups today being presented in part by Spectrum Financial Group and Jeff Larimore, registered independent advisors with serving clients in downtown Hobart since 1984, located at 607 East 3rd Street. They specialize in 401k, IRA rollovers, income planning for retirement. For nearly 4 decades, Spectrum Financial Group has been specializing in college funds, investments, budget analysis, insurance, and annuity products. For a clear and easy evaluation to put you on a path toward a more secure financial future, contact Jeff Larimore at Spectrum Financial Group at 219-942-8287. Now let's take a look at the New Prairie defense. It starts up front with 3 down linemen. 69, Luis Cruz, a 5'10", 241-pound junior, anchors 1 end. The opposite end will be number 44, Levi Keplin, a 6'4", 283-pound junior. And at the nose guard, number 68, Henry Luzkowski, a 5'11", 229-pound senior. Inside linebackers, number 15, Aiden Buchanan, a 5'11", 186-pound junior. Number 52, Ethan Meckling, 5'8", 176-pound sophomore, and number 11, Lincoln Gerard, 6'3", 203-pound junior. Outside linebackers, number 0, Eli Noakes, 5'8", 176, a sophomore, and number 6, Coulter Smith, a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore. At the corners, number 13, Sully Kress, 5'11", 169. Number 7, Braden Kaminsky, 6'1", 153. And Reed Robinson is scheduled to play center field, if you will. I don't know if he can play center field for Sam Michael on that Highland baseball team, but certainly he's playing center field tonight for the New Prairie defense at free safety.
It's a young defense. They start 8 underclassmen in this 3-3 stack defense, and the numbers bear it out. It's been a struggle all year long. They're getting up 41 points per ball game, a little over 200 yards on the ground, 179 through the air for a total of 381 per ball game, and they're a -3 in the giveaway takeaway ratio, Paul.
Now let's take a look at the matter of fact, I think we're going to take a break here. I think we're going to go down for the anthem, if I'm not mistaken, as the ROTC color guard is being walked on from right to left, respectively, and they'll meet us here at the midfield stripe before we give you that Hobart offense. Now finishing out the starting lineup for the Hobart offense, it starts up front with number 74, Tyler Guy, a 5'10", 260-pound senior, flanked at the on the right side by guard Preston Perez, 5'8", 190, a senior, and number 62, Pacey Gomez, is the left guard. So it'll be Brenton Thompson at left tackle, Josh Diaz at right tackle, Gomez and Perez your guards, and Geib is the center. The quarterback, junior Alex Tatum, 6'2", 200-pound junior, has thrown 13 touchdowns and 6 picks, 1,240 yards total. He's also rushed the ball for 548 yards and 9 touchdowns. On the perimeter, number 18, Bryce Tolliver, a 6', 175-pound junior. Nate Stachinski, a 5'8", 155-pound junior, is another one of the wideouts. And also out in the slide will be Stephen Miller and Logan Peters. We talked about them on the defensive side. But the feature back in the offense, number 6, Max Pickett, 5'10", 200-pound senior. Steve, you're well familiar with some of these guys. I know it's not been too far removed since you were coaching as the offensive coordinator, but you remember these guys when they were middle schoolers.
Yep, some of these guys played for me a few years ago, Paul. They're good kids. It's big getting Pickett back this week as well for them offensively. And you look at the numbers, been pretty solid all year despite some injuries and guys moving it out and getting the offensive line settled down. 20 points per ball game, 202 on the ground, 146 through the air for a total of 350 yards per ball game offensively.
All right, it's time for the Steve McIntyre's Keys to the Ball Game, being presented in part by Engravables. Here he is, the legendary Steve McIntyre.
Yeah, Engravables is your local source for team trophies, plaques, and awards. They're located at 2005K Mid Avenue in Valpo. They're also your local headquarters for badges, ID tags, signage, gift items, and rubber stamps. Engravables expanded into promotional products such as pens, calendars, drinkware, and giveaways for your business. For more information, got to visit them at their website at www.engravables.net. Or give them a call at Engravables at 219-477-5656. And you look at this ball game coming tonight. We heard Coach O'Shea talk about on the coach's comments offensively. It's going to come down to if they can move the ball and get first downs and keep Hobart's offense off the field. They got to play mistake-free, but Robinson's going to have to play well tonight, make smart decisions with that football. On the flip side for Hobart tonight, they want to neutralize Robinson. Obviously, from a defensive standpoint, defense has played pretty well all year long. With Pickett back, they want to get him untracked as well offensively, and they want to be physical up front and win the battle up front, Paul.
Frank, I think this game comes down to, is the Northwest Crossroads Conference stronger than the Northern Indiana Conference in the upper half? So do you look at the schedules, you look at Penn, St. Joe, Elkhart, and Adams, that is your top 4 teams in the Northern Indiana Conference, compared to the top 4 teams in the Northwest Crossroads Conference, Andrea, Lowell, Hobart, and Hanover Central. Are the top 4 teams in the NIC better than the 4 teams in the NWCC?
I would say as a group, yes, but I think Penn would beat any of the 4 teams in the Northwest Crossroads Conference. St. Joe's would probably be competitive in most of those games. They'd probably win, I'd say,
50-50. I would agree.
Yep. The other 2, though, I think would be a notch below the top 4 in the league. So It's not an overwhelming difference, but I would say as a group that the Northwest Crossroads Conference is a little bit stronger, those top teams.
It's a beautiful night for American tackle football. I got us at 47 degrees here in Hobart, Indiana. Glad you've hopped along here. Frank's got our officials tonight.
All right, we got a good veteran crew tonight. Our referee tonight will be Scott Leffert. Mike Mendoza will be our umpire. Rick Parker is the head linesman. The crew chief, Fred Scheib, is our line judge, and Michael King is the back judge. Officially, I just checked it a little while ago, 44 degrees. Okay. Different app, I'm sure. We getting our weather source. It's supposed to drop to 40 degrees by the end of the game tonight. So if you're out here listening to the broadcast, bundle up. It's going to be a little bit chilly. The good thing is that there's really not much wind tonight, if any. The flag's pretty still tonight here at the Brickyard. The field turf here feels in beautiful shape here. Below us, and we're all just about set for tournament football. 121 teams, you said, going home tonight. That means 121 games where the 2 teams are 0-0. It's a brand new season, and it's win or go home time.
I will say this. You can transport Steve McIntyre and I right now to Bricky Bowl and play this game, and we'd be at the happiest guys in town.
Yep, a lot of memories there, Paul. A lot of good times, a lot of great football games, regardless.
You wouldn't care if it was 40 degrees either.
It could be snowing in a blizzard. It wouldn't matter.
And it's my understanding that the greatest defensive coach in the history of American tackle football is watching at home tonight, Coach Tom Kerr. So, TK, first of all, thank you for all the things that you have done, not only for this amazing community, but also for the lives that you have impacted. We love you, Coach. Make no mistake about it. It has been spectacular being a part of this community, and thank you for making this community special. Also, a heartfelt condolences goes out to our good friend Donnie Rogers, whose brother passed away, a long-time wrestling coach in this community. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the Rogers family here today. I know we're going to be heading down for the special opening video here momentarily, but Steve, you and I have done a lot of Hobart football games over the course of our career, and it's good to see this team try to embark on the journey that for many, many years it was expected. Where are you going to have your hotel?
Yep,
the guys would make their hotel reservations as
August,
soon as the state finals were over.
They'd make them that following week. Exactly right. We did the same thing. We all did, Paul. It was expected.
It was expected. And the things have changed dramatically, as they say, over the many, many seasons. But I know there's a certain group of people down here below me who have been waving at me and throwing things at me. I certainly understand the dynamics that they expect that the Brickies will be aiming for the school's 5th championship trophy. A lot of football to play. Bricks will be here down below from our vantage point. Purple pants, gold jerseys. They'll take the traditional knee, and for the new Prairie Cougars will be on the far side of the field. White pants, white jerseys, and of course the gold helmets. Once again, glad you can join us here for the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts. And once again, a quick Colts plug that we'll be announcing our Colts Coach of the Week award winner coming up on Monday. And I hope you had a chance on Colts.com today to read a really neat article and what that Matt Copsey and I collaborated on about a young man from Taylor High School, Javion Harris. Really unique story about how this kid really resurrected himself as a student, being homeless and coming back and putting himself in a position to be one of the top high school football players in the state. So I hope you get a chance to check that out on Colts.com.
And since we're doing Northwest Crossroads Conference football, congratulations to Andreans Chris Skinner, last week's Coach of the Week.
Coach of the Week, yep.
Mm-hmm. Big win over Lowell.
And speaking of New Prairie, I know that you brought that on. Shauna Dull was also named the Girls Flag Football Coach of the Week. We had our big Girls Flag Football Coach of the Week event down at the Colts Complex today, and I know that all of our coaches were honored down there to be a part of that, and it was great to be a part of that inaugural season of girls flag football. So the teams are meeting with this veteran officiating staff, and we're just seconds away from lacing them up and getting after it here today. Once again, glad you can join us here on WEFM and WJOB and JED TV for our continuing coverage of the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series as the Cougars and the Brickies take center stage.
We want to thank Ivy Tech Community College Lake County for sponsoring tonight's game. They're still enrolling for fall. While the first 8-week classes have already started, there's still time to join the second 8-week session. Not much time, though, because the classes begin on Monday, the 27th. If you're unable to register for fall classes, registration for the spring classes for 2026 are open as well. Give them a call, 219-392-3600, or visit ivytech.edu Lake County to learn more and enroll today.
All right, the school board update coming out here right before we go to Mishawaka has come out of the gates quickly against Northwood. That game was settled in the final seconds of the football game in the regular season. Well, that's not the case right now, as the Mishawaka Cavemen are out to a 21-0 lead at the intermission over in the Eastern Time Zone. Okay, Frank, you ready to roll?
I'm ready when you are.
Mac?
Good to go.
We'll slice them up, man. All right. Glad you've hopped along with us here on WEFM. Once again, we're starting this tournament with 310 teams. And, of course, thanks for everybody at the IHSAA Champions Radio and IHSAATV.org for their great work. And the Brickies will be receiving the opening kickoff. And we'll be moving from left to right, respectively. As it's going to be Sobczynski. It'll be in the middle. As kicking off from right to left is going to be Logan Chalik, a senior, he's averaging 38 yards per kickoff, 4 touchbacks on the season. The senior will kick from right to left. Once again, Cougars, white pants, white jerseys with the blue trim around the shoulder pads and the gold helmets. Now let's see how the Cougars, they go with the pooch kick immediately, and it's taken by Hobart at the 42-yard line. A heads-up play by the Brickies as Von Trail Jones, one of the upmen, this 5'10", 175-pound junior, comes up and makes the tackle. And so Hobart in great field position to start their initial drive of tonight's IHSA tournament football game.
Interesting call there,
Yeah,
Steve.
that was a little bit surprising. New Prairie trying to catch him off guard, but a nice job by Jones. Just waited for that football and caught it and got hit right away. But as you said, Paul, it's going to put him in Hobart in good field position to start this ball game.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the far side hash mark. Ball at the 43-yard line. The Brickies once again will come out. Thompson, Gomez, Guy, Perez, and Diaz, the big boys up front, as Alex Tatum will be in a 5-yard shotgun formation with 2 receivers to the right side. The 200-pound junior takes the stab, hands it off to Pickett. He'll run off the left side. He's across the 45 to the 46-yard line, where he was wrapped up by Kaminsky. It'll be a pickup of 3. We'll call it a second down, and we'll call it 7.
Looks like they came out in a 3-4 instead of a 3-3 stack on that opening play.
Once again, quarterback Tatum. 4 receiver in a diamond formation here to the right side. Here's Tatum going to keep it and run. He's got a first down and then some. Spins across the 40 and pile drives inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Tatum calling his own number. He came into today's game with 548 yards. This one goes 20 yards and a Bricky first down.
They just go bunch formation to the wide side of the field with 4 wideouts. They fake a little screen. Alex Tatum does. It just takes it and runs up the middle of the field. No contained defensive for the linebackers. Just poor tackling by New Prairie. He picks up a big gain right there.
It'll be Logan Peterson at tight end position on the left side of the formation. Chinsky's in the ball game now at a wideout. Here's the handoff to Pickett. He'll go off the left side. And a great job at the point of attack by New Prairie, coming up and making the tackle for the Cougars. Was Kaplan, I believe. And also in on the stop was Gerard, the linebacker. So bring up a second down and 10 based upon the forward progress.
Pickett just coming back from being out for a while. Had 140 yards a week ago in the win against Highland.
Power of the formation to the right side. Here is Tatum on a
wide
little
open
timing pattern. Ball caught for a first down as he put right on the money for Bryce Tolliver, his 21st catch of the season. Good enough for a Hobart first down, all the way down to the 17-yard line. 17 yards on the reception.
No, they split Tolliver all the way out to the white side of the field, and Kress has got him man-to-man. He's got no help, and Tolliver just beats him to the inside on a little skinny post, or a little deep post, I should say, and ball's on the money, a little low, but he got it there.
Here's a low snap. Here's the handoff off the right side. Tackle made here by Eli Stokes as he was one-on-one with Pickett. Picks up 2 yards, second down and 8.
Tatum gets that ball up on that last play a little bit higher and catches him in stride. He's going to score.
9:50, clock rolling, no score. Live from the Brickyard. Brickies and the Cougars, round 1 of the IHSA Tournament Series. Multiple substitutions coming in. Now for Hobart is Alex Tatum, wearing jersey number 2, who has been the man this season. 1,200 yards passing plus, 500 plus yards, and they'll go with the full house. Here is Pickett straight up the middle. Flag comes in. That's going to be a holding on the Bricks, and that's a drive killer right there.
Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Surf Internet. Surf Internet delivers the fiber internet connection that powers work, school, play, and everything in between. It's just not about speed. It's also about reliability you can count on and pricing that fits your budget. Get fiber-fast internet from Surf with plans starting at just $30 a month. And of course, you can visit surfinternet.com, learn more, give them a call today at 844-915-SURF.
Second down, and we're going to call it, Frank, you're going to go 20? 18. So second down and 18. Ball goes all the way back to the 25-yard line. Brickies will need to pick up a first down right around the 8.
Bad snap.
Fumble, but picked up by Tatum. Tatum throws the ball towards the goal line. The ball is caught for a touchdown. Tolliver making the catch. What a sensational effort by Tatum as he dropped the football. And with that being said, the Bricks are on the board early at the 8:59 mark. A 25-yard reception from Tatum to Tolliver. That's his 6th reception for a score for Bryce Tolliver. And Tatum, that is touchdown pass number 14.
Heck of a throw by Tatum after having trouble with the snap. Saw Tolliver downfield on a deep post route and put it right on the money. Great catch and great rob by Tolliver as well.
Peter Janda to come on and try the point after touchdown. He's 26 of 29 on the season. The long snapper is Logan Peters. The holder is Stephen Miller. Good snap, placement, and the kick is high enough, end over end. It is through the uprights. It is good. Hobart 7, New Prairie 0, 8:59 to go, quarter 1. You are listening to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpikowski. Thanks again to Sam Michael and the great team by Coach Crouch and everyone here from our broadcast location. Let's go over to Frank Kilpikowski, the man who has 2 brains, and he is going to share the Hobart drive for a score.
It was a good, solid drive to open the ball game. 6 plays, 57 yards, took 3:01 off the clock. Alex Tatum, a 25-yard touchdown pass to Bryce Tolliver. Peter Janda with the PAT. Just a tick below 9 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Hobart strikes first and leads New Prairie 7-0.
Evan Nugent, a freshman, is scheduled to kick off for the Brickies. He'll approach the football and he'll punch one, and it's picked up by one of the upmen for New Prairie. Was that Grayson Goodman?
Yeah,
yep,
number 4.
Yeah, so Goodman gets the ball out to about the 40-yard line, and that's where New Prairie will set up shop offensively.
Well, it's one of the issues they've had this year. You heard Coach Schreiber talking about on the coach's comments was the kickoff. You go with a different kicker and just kind of squib it and sets up good field position for New Prairie to start their opening drive in this first quarter.
You know, I joked with Eric. I said, too bad Billy Minolopoulos doesn't have any eligibility left. Boy, I tell you what, he was automatically putting the ball in the end zone back in the day.
Or Steve McIntyre.
No. 3 receivers set to the left side. He was okay with the punting department, but not in the kickoff department.
Not in the kicking, okay.
So now here is Reed Robinson.
Oh, bad snap.
Bad snap, but he tracks it down, and he is hit and brought down. Aiden Cash from his defensive end spot will pick up his 7th tackle for negative yardage alongside Logan Peters. They close the shop. And for the Brickies now, that is their 39th tackle for loss on the season. Good defensive effort by HHS. A loss of 3. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 13.
The official's timeout was a bad snap. It was to the wrong side of the quarterback, Robinson. He had to turn around to get the football. Almost went by him. Screwed up the timing. Cash came in from the defensive end spot with penetration and got a hold of him. Then Peters finished him off.
Our coverage of high school football tonight being presented in part by our good friend Scott Miller. He is a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards and accolades, such as the top 1% of all teams within Berkshire Hathaway nationally. And once again, he's also the top 15% agent nationwide, and he's a recipient of the Excellence in Client Service Award. So don't forget to visit our guy, Scott Miller, at scottmiller.bhsexecutive.com. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, you know what time it is?
It's Scott Miller time.
Yes, it is. And it's now 2nd down and 13 for the Cougars. Moving from right to left on your screen as the Brickies settle down in that 4-man front. Robinson in that shotgun formation. Robinson, another high snap. Looks, throws the ball on the run. We got a man deep. Ball is intercepted, I believe, by the Brickies.
It's going to be Sopchinski.
It was.
On the coverage. Ball was well underthrown.
Subchinski comes up with his third interception of the season, the 5'8", 155-pound junior. His man had gotten behind him initially, but he made up ground when the ball hung up in the air.
Again, this is offense. It's not like throw the football. We're going to have a penalty now on Hobart on the sideline, but regardless, Robinson's only thrown for 605 yards on this season. That ball was well underthrown. Had no chance of getting it there, and Subchinski just played it and caught it in like playing center field, Paul. We'll see what the penalty's on, but it looks like it's going to be on sideline warning on Hobart after the interception. Got a little excited.
And that's exactly what it is, the sideline warning. And then we could have a broadcast booth warning for Steve McIntyre. And now the Brickies offense comes back out onto the field for the second time here in this first quarter.
What did Coach O'Shea talk about on the coach's comments? Turnovers. We cannot turn the football over. And here we go. First quarter and a turnover on their opening drive.
Alex Tatum, quarterback, has a three-receiver set here to the near side of the formation on your screen. And once again, New Prairie 4 down lineman, a man in motion is Pickett going from the far side. They run the little crossbuck series back here to the near side to Cash.
So almost like a little inside counter, Paul. They pull the guard to tackle, and Cash comes with them. It's just an inside handoff to the wide side of the field. He's going to pick up 2 yards. They've run that play all year long.
Second down and 8. I'll never forget those great Hobart teams when they run that crossbuck.
Crossbuck misdirection.
Yep.
That was a thing of beauty back in its day. We have 3 receivers set here to the near side for the Bricks. That will be Tolliver, Miller, and Cash, respectively, as Tatum's into shotgun formation, picking on his near hip. Here is Tatum back to pass. Throws a dart out here, ball caught by Cash. Turns it upfield, and he stepped out of bounds right around the 37-yard line. It will be good enough for a Hobart first down after a pickup of 9.
But just a simple concept. Receivers clear out that zone in the flat, and they just release Cash from the tight end off the line of scrimmage. A little square out, Paul, and Tatum looks downfield and comes down to him on a little square out, and he picks up the first down.
Miller and Tolliver wide to the left side now. Power of the formation is on the right side, and that's where they'll run here to Pickett. Pickett darts steady outside 50, 45, and finally ran out of bounds in New Prairie Cougar territory at the 41-yard line. Another nice run. Bricky first down after the 21-yarder scamper by Max Pickett.
Hobart doing a good job up front, controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and being physical.
Once again, quick turnaround here. They go right back to Pickett. Pickett knifes through the defense. He's down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Another nice run by Pickett, this time 8.
Just a little pin and pull offense. They block to the front side down. They pull Perez from the backside. The guard, he leads through the hole, and Pickett just fouls him.
Boy, I tell you what, he's shades of his papa back in the day when he was that feature back wearing number 6 in the Lowell Red Devils. Remember those days, Frank? Wicked Michael Pickett.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's special.
Very.
Back in the day, Coach Kurt just fell off his chair. 2 receivers to the left side. Now here's the run to Pickett again. He goes inside the 30, and he's going to pick up the first down as he's down to the 29-yard line. Once again, New Prairie a day late and a dollar short on the tackle. Mason Sinka came in, a freshman, to help on the stop. So it's 1st and 10 for Hobart, just inside the 30-yard line.
Already 6 first downs for the Brickies here in the first quarter. We're not even halfway through.
Once again, Tatum into shotgun formation. This time, fakes the handoff.
Screen. He fumbled.
And collision, and New Prairie
is
going to pick up the football. Eli Noakes, as the Brickies cough it up on a very promising drive at the 6:26 mark.
I don't know if they were trying to set up a screen or what they were doing there, but he put in the ball, the belly of Cash, and just fell out. And Noakes just falls on it, so they get a big turnover right there for New Prairie.
And that is something the Cougars sorely needed.
Yeah, they were getting gashed defensively. Again, it's a young defense, Paul. They're going to play hard, but they're just young and a little undersized.
Coulter Smith will be wide to the near side. He'll be joined out here by Sully Kress, as they have a 2 receiver set to the near side of the field and 2 to the right side now. Reed Robinson, the 5'11", 195-pound senior, is going to hand it up straight up the middle, a gaping hole for Halderman. Halderman inside the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lucas Halderman. The sophomore goes the distance, 68 yards, and a New Prairie touchdown.
Just a little dive play. take the official out. He got one of the players, but I tell you, just a little dive, quick hitter up the middle, Paul. Nobody there in that gap for Hobart defensively, and he just outruns everybody. He's going to need oxygen on the sidelines. Big play right there.
And now it's a 7-6 ball game with the point after touchdown pending here for Logan Chalik. He is 21-24 on the season in the PAT department. The long snapper is junior Tyler Pranger wearing jersey 51. The holder is Trenton Mamaza. As they'll kick from right to left, good snap, placement end over end, and it is through the upright, and it's on its way to Spectrum Financial Group. 7-7 ball game. We'll be back in 60 seconds with an audio timeout, a 60-second audio timeout on WEFM and WJOB in the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Maybe you want to consolidate your current debts into one lower payment. There are many ways a home equity line of credit from First Trust Credit Union can help. Borrow only what you need as you need it with reasonable and understandable terms. Give us a call at 800-276-6161. Stop by any of our offices or apply online at firsttrustcu.com. For 65 years, First Trust has been your hometown credit union. We are people helping people. Loans subject to credit approval with rates based on consumer credit scoring system. First Trust Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, NMLS number 399279, and is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpikowski. 7-7 ball game. Turnabout is fair play. Let's go to Frank for the recap.
All right, one play, 68 yards. Lucas Halderman goes the distance, all 68 yards. Not his longest touchdown of the year. He had a 77-yarder earlier this season. Logan Chalik adds the PAT. 6:14 to go, first quarter. We're all knotted up 7-7.
Kick taken at the 15-yard line, 20. 25 and out to about the 25-yard line. A rough sledding in there for the Hobart kickoff return team. This time in the person of Stephen Miller. And now the Bricky offense back out onto the field turf here at Don Howe Field at the Brickyard. As once again that Hobart offensive line, Thompson, Gomez, Geib, Preston Perez, and Josh Diaz, the big boys up front. They'll have a two-receiver set here to the near side as Alex Tatum's in the shotgun. Three linebackers in tight. Here's a run by Pickett off the left side inside the 35 down to about the 37-yard line. Nice little 9-yard scamper for Max Pickett.
Again, they just pull Perez from the guard spot. He leads through the hole. Linebacker doesn't fill the gap. Over pursues. They pick up 9 yards.
Wide to the far side now. It's Tolliver and Miller, respectively. As Alex Tatum's in the shotgun. This time Pickett's on his left hip. Here's the fake. Tatum back to pass. Looks downfield. Throws a little pop pass out here to Pickett. He gets away from one and will get across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Nice job defensively by New Prairie. Coming up and making the stop was Tyler Pranger. And that is no gain on the play.
It's going to be third, Paul, third and short. Yeah. Well, I tell you, they had a one-man pattern down the sideline. The receiver got bumped. Nice job by Tatum to check it down and get what he could get out of it with a short pass. But
two to the left now. Here's the quick handoff now to Pickett. He's got the first down across the 40 and pile drives forward to about the 44-yard line.
Well, if I'm Hobart, I just keep running the football, Paul. They have no answer right now to this run game. Just keep powering it. They can't stop it.
As Alex Tatum has gone to the sideline to set things up. He'll have Pickett once again on his near hip. Two receiver set here to the near side. Tolliver and Miller respectively. The three inside linebackers ready to fill the gaps. Here's the quarterback taking a home run ball down the field. He's got a man there. Ball is, and there's a flag down in the secondary. That's usually where it's defensive holding.
No, they're going to get contact. I think, Paul, he was running man to man. That was Kress on the coverage this time with, I think it was Tolliver up on a deep route. And he bumped them going down the field multiple times.
And that mark-off will cost New Prairie, and that will be good enough for a Hobart first down as the first downs continue to mount.
It's number 8 for the Brickies. It's going to be a 15-yarder.
4:27 to go. Quarter number 1. New Prairie 7, Hobart 7. Glad you've joined us here on WJOB and WEFM, respectively. Wide to the far side, Tolliver. It'll be Miller to the right side. As Tatum. Shotgun formation. Goes right back to Pickett. Off the right side, lowers his shoulders, keeps him square. Gets down to the 36-yard line. Another 5-yard Pickett for Max Pickett. Oh, he's
got gas.
He's a load.
They're winning the battle up front, Paul. I mean, they're not playing a 3-3 stack. They're playing a 3-4, but they've got no answer defensively to this run game. They're just getting pushed around up front.
They got a scoreboard update courtesy of the Indiana Football Digest at the next dead ball. Unbalanced line to the far side. Now here we go back to Pickett. He sidesteps the defender, lowers his shoulder, gets down to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 4 and a workable 3rd and 1 for the Brickies here at the 3:40 mark. Quarter number 1, 7-7 football game.
We saw this last week, Steve. So with Lake Central getting good rushing yardage on 1st and 2nd down, setting up 3rd and shorts. So that's a good recipe. Good recipe for your offense.
Yep, makes it easy.
Full house backfield. Under center now is Tatum. He gets it to Pickett. He's got the first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, and another Bricky first down on the 4-yard power run by senior Max Pickett. Bricky's starting to rotate some new offensive linemen in there. Wide far side Miller. Joining him out there is Tolliver. Along the near side, it's Sochinski. And he's here on the right side. Here is Tatum back to pass. He's got Sochinski, a little square out ball, incomplete.
Bad throw.
Just short here of the 20-yard line.
Made the right read, Paul. Tolliver's just running a hitch to the outside. He backed the corner off, and that was Kress on the coverage. He just made a bad throw, threw it behind him and too low.
2nd down and 10, 2:54 clock rolling. Quarter 1, 7-7 football game.
Got to step into it and throw it hard off that back foot.
Now Pickett will be wide to the far side in the slot as Tolliver and Miller will join him. Press coverage now on the far side. Here is Tatum calling his own number. He's got a big hole, 15, 10, 5, and Tatum goes into the end zone for the Bricky touchdown. At the 2:46 mark, Alex Tatum, the 6'2", 200-pound junior, goes the distance, 28 yards, Bricks on the board again.
They go 3 to the wide side of the field, but they got a tight end and another tight end to the boundary. Just a quarterback draw, quarterback keep, but they lead with the 2 tight ends, and then Perez pulls through. So they spread you out and get your guys' numbers out of the box, and then they run it up inside, and just not enough numbers for New Prairie defensively. Good job, good play call.
It's already Tatum's 10th rushing touchdown of the year.
And
he leads the team.
And now the point after touchdown. Peter Janda was perfect his first time. And here's the kick. High enough, long enough, and it is good. He is now 28 of 31 on the air, and the Brickies at the 2:46 mark lead New Prairie 14-7. We'll be back right after the 60-second video timeout. You are listening and watching the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
I got the update. Tuts.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Kickoff will find its way out of bounds off here to the right, and with that, New Prairie will have the football. But before we head on over to Frank Hilpikowski with the recap of that score, just a scoreboard update real quickly here. Some games going on right now. Currently, Wamasi on top of Northridge, 13-7. Kankakee Valley and Westside, no score in the first. Hanover and Lowell all tied up 7-7. That is in the first. Mishawaka on top of Northwood, 21-6. That is in the third. And Heritage Hills is on top of Washington, 35-0. That is in the second. And let's go to Frank for the recap of that scoring drive.
All right, it was an 8-play, 72-yard drive for the Brookies. Took 3:28 off the clock. Alex Tatum from 28 yards out. Janda adds the PAT. 2:46 to go in the first. Brookies back on top by 7, 14-7.
Reed Robinson off the left side, spins across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Nice little scamper. Give him 6 yards and a solid play on the first out for the senior QB.
Got some more scores, Paul, to pass along if we got a chance here. Hanover Central on top of Lowell, now 14-7 late in the first quarter. Mishawaka lead shrunk to 21-7. That's early in the third. St. Joe's about to hit halftime, 28-0 lead in the second. A couple of surprises here. Calumet on top of Glenn's 12-7. That's in the second. And Jimtown leading Knox and Miles McLaughlin 21-20 in a high-scoring affair.
Wow, that would be the upset.
Ooh.
Here's a run right up the middle, and immediately the ball carrier runs into Josh Diaz, and that was tough sledding for Lucas Halderman this time. And it's no gain on the play. They're going to give him 1 yard on forward progress, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 here with $1:45 to go in the quarter.
It's a big conversion right here because they cannot afford to go 3 and out and turn the ball back over to Hobart's offense because they've had no answer defensively. So they need to convert here and keep this offense on the field.
Yeah, the only thing that stops Hobart offense is Hobart themselves.
It was the penalty.
Turnovers. Yeah. And so now the Cougars will have Mamaza wide to the far side. 2 receiver set here to make that a 3 receiver set to the short side of the field as Robinson. Here is the fake the handoff, a little pass out here, overthrows the intended receiver, Mamaza, and Robinson just
chucked it.
He just short-armed it.
He just teamed it. It had no chance. That was a good play call. They go 3 into the boundary and 1 wide out to the field where they get one-on-one coverage because of it. He just runs a little quick in, a little slant route, but the ball was 10 yards over his head.
And now they bring on the punter, which is Reed Robinson. And you always got to be cognizant of his ability to run on these situations.
Keep in mind, they only come in averaging 67 yards per game in passing yards, Paul. Excuse me.
35 yards per punt for Robinson on the season. And a timeout is taken by the New Prairie Cougars. 14-7 our score. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a video timeout right here. You are listening and watching the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
On 4th and 3, New Prairie, after the timeout, they decide to go with Lucas Halderman on the run, and the Bricky defense stonewalls them. And with that being said, the Brickies will take over on downs at the New Prairie 43-yard line. A big defensive effort by HHS on that particular play, and that certainly changes the script. 1:08 to go here. Quarter number one, Brickies 14, Cougars 7. Really a surprise, Steve.
Kind of, but I mean, the way they played defensively in this first quarter, I mean, it just shortens the field, but they haven't been able to stop them anywhere, anyhow. So I don't really mind going for it. I think that's probably the right thing to do. I just didn't like the play call with Holderman running the football. I mean, that's a long way to go.
Two receivers to the left side, and they'll go right back to Pickett. Pickett to the 40, the 35, and all the way down to the 31-yard line. A 12-yard scamper for Max Pickett, who is starting to just pound the yardage.
Again, they got Perez leading, again, pulling and kicking out through the hole, and he just levels the linebacker. Opens up a big hole for Pickett.
How many first downs?
11 in the first quarter.
In the first quarter? That's incredible.
I don't know if we've seen that this year.
No, we have not. And now the Brickies with a three-receiver set here to the near side. Here with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter, leading 14-7. Now Pickett will come over here, and they'll go with a four-receiver set here to the near side. Tatum rolls to the near side, looks downfield, still on the look, throws the ball short, ball caught for a first down at the 19-yard line. Sully Crest was there defensively, but a solid effort by Bryce Tolliver hauling one in, and the Brickies, after the 12-yard gain, have a 1st and 10 with 15 ticks of the first quarter clock remaining.
Yeah, they go four wide. They rolled Tatum out, did a nice job patient-wise, didn't take off and run the football, just waited, and Tolliver was able to get lost in coverage and just settle on the sideline to get the first down.
Let's see if the Bricks will get this play off before the quarter break goes. And they will not. Oh, they're going to call it.
Nope.
We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout and come back with our continuing coverage. Quarter number one is in the books. Here from Don Howell Field at the Brickyard. Hobart 14, New Prairie 7. We'll be back after the 60-second video timeout right here on WEFM, WJOB, and JED TV and the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Graduating high school and starting college is a big milestone. New gadgets, new friends, and a whole new chapter in life. But before you head to campus, there's one important step you shouldn't skip: reviewing your insurance coverage. If you're living away from home, your parents' policy may only cover you partially, or not at all. With years of trusted service right here in Schererville, Mackey Insurance Group is committed to keeping you safe and informed, whether you're on the road or planning your next adventure. Call us at 219-440-2021 or visit MackeyINSgroup.com to learn more.
Powers Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
Welcome back here on WEFM, WJLB, and JED TV. And thanks, everyone, on the IHSAA Champions Network joining us here today. Brickies 14, New Prairie 7. Let's go over to Frank here momentarily after this first play, and we'll get you a first quarter stat update. Two receivers to the left side for Alex Tatum and company. Tatum, holds it, picks it up, throws the ball deep. Nice job defensively by the New Prairie Cougars. Coming up and making a terrific defensive play was Noah Erbley.
Yeah, yep, that's who it was. You got it, Paul.
Yeah, Stephen Miller, the intended receiver. Let's go over to Frank for our first quarter stats.
All right, the stats very lopsided. If you're just looking at the numbers here, 12 first downs for Hobart, just one for New Prairie. That was the touchdown. Hobart with 126 yards on the ground, 63 through the air, so just not quite 200 yards of total offense. Well, New Prairie 73 yards on the ground in that first quarter.
Tatum once again shotgun formation ball on the far side. Two receivers here to the near side. They go right up the middle to Pickett. He powers his way down to the 15-yard line. Nice little 5-yard run by number 6 as he continues to have great success going in the A and B gaps, respectively.
Some more stats here from that first quarter, Paul. Hobart was 2 of 2 on third downs. New Prairie 0 for 1 on third and fourth down. Both teams had a turnover, cost Hobart 7 points. Both teams had a penalty, Hobart for 10 yards, New Prairie for 15. Big edge in time of possession for the Brickies, 9.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes.
Third down in 5.5 now for the Bricks here at the 11:20 mark, leading 14-7 here in quarter number 2. Man in motion coming to the near side, and they'll hand it off on the end around, and some room to run, and all the way down to the pylon is going to be a score for Subchinski. What an effort by Nate Subchinski, the 5'8", 155-pound junior who dove for the pylon. But what a great seal on the outside. By the way,
Want to save more on your grocery shopping?
Two guys with one block to spring him to the outside. He's quick with that football. He's got good quickness, good speed, and agility. He just gets around the corner and just dives in for the corner of the pylon, if you will, and hits it. Good effort.
15-yard on the run, and to come on to try the point after touchdown is going to be Peter Jana. He puts it through the uprights. It is good. Brickies 21, New Prairie 7. That's our score here with 11:08 to go here in the first half of play. We're glad you're joining us here today. We're going to keep it right here and say thanks to some of our friends who've checked in with us, especially to one of the great radio voices of all time, the legendary Rockin' Rick Anthony. Listen in, Rick. Thanks for the kudos. It's great to be joined by another brother in radio here tonight. Also want to say hi to the great one, number 14, Otto Schragle checking in. Oh, how about Dominic Galgoardi? Don Evans tonight says hello. And many, many others. Appreciate all your love and attention. And especially appreciate you joining us. As we always used to say is the most important thing you can do is you can be disappointed with me, you can be mad at me, you can hate me, you can love me, but whatever you do, don't turn me off.
That's correct.
First, so time to kick off for the Brickies. Let's go over to Frank for a recap.
All right, it was a 5-play, 43-yard drive. Took 2 minutes exactly. Subchinski with the 15-yard run on the end around. Janda with the PAT. 11:08 to go, first half. Brickies with their largest lead of the night at 21-7.
And once again, the kickoff team for the Brickies trying to get things sorted out. Evan Nugent is going to kick, end over end kick, and it's going to be bouncing at the 16 and angling the run to the outside. I believe it was it Oberle?
That was Robinson.
Robinson, excuse me. And with that run, he is out as TJ Urban was there on the special teams tackle. Steve, your impressions thus far here in this first 13 or 14 minutes?
Offensively, Hobart's done whatever they wanted. They've controlled the line of scrimmage up front. They can run and throw the ball. Either thing tonight against New Prairie. It's been a struggle for New Prairie defensively, and then just a couple couldn't convert on that fourth down for New Prairie, and then of course the opening kick they go with the squibber, if you will, the pop up, and puts Hobart in good field position. But again, it comes down to New Prairie being able to convert on third down and keep their offense on the field.
Cougars 3 receiver set here to the near side as Robinson will angle his run to the far side, and he is swarmed under by the Bricky defense, and that may be a loss on the play of 1. And Urban in on the TJ Urban initially was the first gold helmet to arrive on the scene. A loss of 1, call it 2nd and 11.
Got to hit positive yards in first and second down.
Well, thank your friends at Property Management. Do you know PMI NWI is the highest rated property management company in Northwest Indiana? If you own one property or multiple, we're here to make your life easier. No contracts required. Let Property Management handle the headaches while you enjoy your investment. Give them a call, 219-318-1244. Let's see how we can help you get the most out of your properties. We can check them out at pminwi.com as well.
Here's Robinson on the keeper, calls his own number, and he is smashed at the line of scrimmage. He was able to pick up 2 yards as Diaz and Abrego left their calling cards.
Boy, not much running room there. Now, again, you're in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, which is a difficult position for any team, but especially when you don't like throwing the football. It just compounds it.
Right.
As Coach Ryan O'Shea trying to sort out what he's going to do here on 3rd down and 9.
Maybe come screen here. I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of good options.
Ball is on the 30-yard line, quarter number 2.
Some kind of misdirection or something. Trick play.
Not going to happen. 3 receiver set here to the near side. It's going to be Kress, Kaminsky, and Mamaza. Here's Robinson back to pass. Looks downfield. He's got to take off and run. And he is hit and brought down. Once again, the Bricky defense swarm him under. Was it Perez who had the tackle?
Yep.
It was Preston Perez. Oh, the tackle for negative yardage. That's his 9th TFL on the season. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and I doubt seriously if the Cougars are going to go for it here now. They're going to bring on the punt team led by Reed Robinson. Robinson averaging 35 yards per punt. His long on the year was 48. Robinson will let her rip. Short kick on the drive, picked up here on the near side. And it's Sadbetsky down the near sideline, and he has finally ran out of bounds.
He's had a game so far.
Robinson. He's quick. He's got good quickness, good hands. Not real big, but lightning quick. That's going to be Robinson on the tackle.
Nathan came into the game averaging 23 yards on the punt return, and there's going to be a flag down.
It's going to be a 32-yard punt, and I believe a 36-yard return if it stands.
It's not going to stand.
It's going to go against Hobart.
Subshinsky's had a long punt return. He's had a interception and a touchdown run.
Busy night in this first half.
Yeah.
And at the 8:30 mark, Bricky's leading 21-7. They'll have the football as the flag was over on the far side at the 50-yard line.
Going to be a hold, Paul.
Rookies will still have good field possession here to start this drive.
The spot foul will be at the 49-yard line on the Hobart side of the 50. And that's where they'll mark it off from there.
So he'll be backed up to the 39.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for Hobart at its own 39-yard line. 21-7 leaders. 8:30 to go here. Once again, thanks again to our great friend Sam Michael and Jimmy D for their great support. Great to be on WJOB tonight, as well as WEFM 95.9 FM, and of course JED TV. Next week, Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpakowski, and I will be at Valparaiso as the Michigan City Wolves will be in town to take on the Valparaiso Vikings as the Brickies settle in on the 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side. Here is the quarterback handing it off now here again to Pickett. Pickett angles his run to the near side, and he's going to get all the way out to the 45-yard line. Nice little 6.5-yard scamper for Max Pickett. Pickett, who started today's game, Steve, 90 rushes, 477 yards, and 9 touchdowns. His long on the year was 55, and he is making a strong case for one of our players of the game.
Yeah, he's played well in this first half. Good hard-nosed kid, good hard-nosed runner, Paul.
2nd down and 4. They go to Cash on that end around again. He springs for a 1st down out to the midfield stripe. Tackle made on the defensive side of things for New Prairie. It was Noah Oberle again with the tackle.
And that's just a little inside counter, and that time they give it to give it to the back, and he hands it off to Cash. It's a little different way to do it, but it's the same concept where they're pulling down, and then pulling through.
After this next play, we got a complete scoreboard update, courtesy of the Indiana Football Digest. Here is Tatum. Back to pass. Looks downfield down the left side. He's got a man there. It's Miller. Miller makes the catch at the 10. 5 into the end zone.
No, they're going to mark him down.
They're going to mark him down. Now they'll change their mind. He scores.
Thought he was going to spot him down on the 1-yard line.
That's what it looked like. He pointed to the ground.
Pointed to the ground.
He did. A 50-yard touchdown reception to Miller.
Well, he just split 2 defenders. He just ran right through them. And a good throw by Tatum. He put that ball out in front, didn't get it behind him, and let Miller run to it.
27-7 now with 7:25 to go. And now the opportunity, and for Miller, his 5th touchdown reception of the season. And Alex Tatum stock continues to rise. Now the point after touchdown, trying to make it a perfect 4 for 4 tonight is Peter Janda. from right to left respectively. Good snap, good placement. Line drive is through the uprights. It is good. Hobart 28, New Prairie 7. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a video timeout. You are watching and listening the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts. Once again, glad you've joined us here today on Regional Radio Sports for our continuing coverage of the IHSA Football Tournament Series being presented in part by Cuban Networks. When it comes to your technology needs, Cuban Networks is all about quality and experience. Located in LaPorte, Indiana, Cuban Networks wants to build client relationships that withstand the test of time and changing technology. Give Cuban Networks a call at 219-369-4357. Cuban Networks, moving and storing data fast and safe. As Hobart will kick off from the right side of your screen to the left side of your screen, let's go to Frank for the recap.
All right, a quick 3-play, 61-yard drive for Hobart that time, minute 5 off the clock. Stephen Miller, a 50-yard touchdown pass from Alex Tatum. Janda, the PAT, 7:25 to go in the first half. It's been all Hobart thus far, 28-7.
And now the kickoff is going to be taken at the 15-yard line. And some room for Sully Crush to run as he spins past the defender on special teams and gets all the way out to the 42-yard line. And that is where the Cougar offense will set up shop. Here at the 7:17 mark. We promised you a scoreboard update. Here he is, the man with two brains.
And speaking of the Cougars, the KV Cougars lead the Gary Westside Cougars 6-0. That's in the second quarter. The winner of that game would play the winner of this game in next week's semifinal. Lowell has bounced back, take a 21-14 lead on Hanover Central. That's in the second quarter. River Forest trails Mishawaka Marion 28-14. That's in the second. Calumet now 20-7 lead on Glenn. And North Judson leads South Central 7-0. Bowman Academy a 14-7 lead on North Newton.
Here's Reed Robinson trying to make some hay while the sun shine. Well, the sunshine wasn't shining, and he is bottlenecked up. And just like an eclipse, he is thrown to the turf. No gain on the play, second down and 10.
Just no room to run in this first half against this Hobart defense. Nothing.
Except for that one.
That's it. The one they didn't cover the gap. That's it.
Second down and 10. Two receivers to the short side of the field and two to the wide side of the field. Now, as Robinson steps up into the pocket, and he's going to angle his run to the near side. Gets past one. What a great defensive effort. Even though he's going to get close to picking up the first down, what an effort by the Brickies. Miles White tracked him down from behind. Never gave up on the play, Steve.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get a horse collar when he reached to get him, but he got him by the jersey. It's just a good effort. Never gave up on it, like you said, Paul. And they're going to give him the first down. They're going to get a good spot.
Yeah, but that was just a tremendous effort. You could have let it go.
Yep, he stayed on him.
And just a great hustle play by the sophomore, Miles White. That's his 43rd tackle of the year. He also has 4 for a loss, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a pick. That's a promising start to a career for Miles White of Hobart High School. Here is the Robinson on the keeper. Runs it to the right side and ran out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And good enough for another New Prairie Cougar first down.
That's just a nice little little game with Robinson in the back. Halderman, he puts the ball in the belly of Halderman and reads the in-man of line of scrimmage, and he either gives it or pulls it. That time he pulled it and got around the corner for the first down.
11-yard gain.
Good athleticism that time by Robinson.
Yep.
Ball at the 37-yard line. Two receivers set to the far side. Coulter Smith will be the man on the farthest side of our formation. Brickies with 4 down linemen. Linebackers are in tight. Two receivers to the left and two to the short side now. Here is the quarterback, Robinson, gets past one and gets past two and finally ran out of bounds. Logan Peters had him dead to rights for about a 2-yard loss, and he didn't tackle him.
No, I gave him a little hip and got around him. Fortunate to get, 3.5, almost 4 yards on that play. They had him bottled at the line of scrimmage.
Pick up a 5. Second down to 5. A promising drive for the Cougars.
Again, it's the same play. Another little run read between the quarterback and a halfback. Quarterback makes the read, and then man line of scrimmage either gives it or pulls it, depending on what the defensive player does.
Mamaza wide to the far side. 3 receivers here to the near side, respectively, and Kaminsky, Sully, and Smith. As Reed Robinson's in that short shotgun formation, Halderman is on his left hip. Here is Robinson, the keeper. He is hit and brought down. Nice job defensively. This time, holding on for dear life was Logan Peters with the TFL.
Well, he got penetration. That was going to be a Q keep, and he beat the block and just blew that play up.
-3 on the play for New Prairie, and at the 5-minute mark, with the Brickies leading 28-7, ball on the 35-yard line of Hobart. It's a 3rd down and 8 for the New Prairie Cougars. Brickies have 3 timeouts remaining. New Prairie has 2 stoppages of play. And the New Prairie will have a wide receiver here to the near side in Mamaza. And they'll have a now they'll split and go 2 right, 2 left. Robinson. Short shotgun on 3rd down and 8. Runs to the far side, and he is hit and brought down.
Forget it.
Great job defensively. Diaz and Miles White swarm him under. And this drive is stopped here at the 40, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
Boy, had no chance. Just a Q keep again to the outside, and Diaz shot the gap, and White and both of them just finished him off. Had no chance on that play.
I tell you, I like what Preston Perez and Ethan Abrego have done in the middle, just kind of bottling things up against that offensive line of New Prairie. This is a New Prairie team that came in averaging 25 points a game and 257 on the ground. Robinson back to pass.
Got to throw it.
Steps up, throws the ball deep.
Got
ball
him.
is caught for a touchdown. Mimosa makes the reception, his second touchdown of the season. This one goes 37 yards, and Robinson got absolutely crushed as he's walking off the field very gingerly, as he is being escorted there by Lucas Halderman.
Boy, Mimosa,
he took a heck of a shot,
he
Steve.
stayed in there and made a good throw. Mimosa ran a deep post route and just went right by Subchinski. He had no help, and that was a heck of a throw. And he did take a shot, but a gutsy throw and play right there, and a score they desperately needed.
28-13 now, 3:45 to go. And the point after touchdown. Got a scoreboard update. The Northwood Panthers have closed the gap against Mishawaka. It's now 21-14 as the kick is through the upright. And Logan Chalik, a perfect 2 for 2 on the night. 3:45 to go in quarter number 2. Brickies 28, Cougars 14. We'll be back in 60 seconds with an audio timeout live from Hobart's Brickyard. You are listening to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Debts into one lower payment. There are many ways a home equity line of credit from First Trust Credit Union can help. Borrow only what you need as you need it with reasonable and understandable terms. Give us a call at 800-276-6161. Stop by any of our offices or apply online at firsttrustcu.com. For 65 years, First Trust has been your hometown credit union. We are people helping people. Loans subject to credit approval with rates based on consumer credit scoring system. First Trust Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, NMLS number 399279, and is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here to the Brickyard. Don Howfield, glad that you've hopped along with us here today on WJOB as well as WEFM and JED TV. Here's the kick. It's going to be taken by the Brickies here at the 12-yard line. And powering his way to about the 25-yard line. On the run was Halderman again on the tackle. And let's go to Frank with the recap.
All right, Paul, it was a 7-play, 58-yard drive, Took 3:40 off the clock on 4th down. It was Reed Robinson, a 37-yard touchdown pass to Trenton Mamaza. Chalik adds the PAT as second of the night. 3:39 to go, first half. Bricky's a 14-point lead now, 28-14.
Hobart offense out on the field. Keep in mind the Brickies have 3 timeouts remaining. Cougars with 2 here at the 3:39 mark. And 2 receivers to the right side of the formation. 1 here on the slot near side. As Tatum's in the shotgun, rolls to the right side, pump fakes, throws the ball downfield. Got a man there. The ball is caught at the 30-yard line and down to the 20. Still diving down to the 10 and finally hit and brought down at the 9-yard line. What an effort by Bryce Tolliver. Never gave up, but what a throw by Tatum.
They put it right on the money, and Tolliver just goes by Kress once again. And I tell you, nice throw by Tatum to get that ball out in front. So many times you throw the deep ball, you wait too long to throw it, and the receiver outruns your arm. But he put that money way out there, that ball way out there on a 65-yard completion.
And what an effort by Tolliver on ball security.
No, they're trying to strip it. Kress was trying to strip it away after he got beat.
What an effort on holding on to the football. So the Brickies in scoring possession in the red zone. Here's a run off the left side by Pickett inside the 5, and he is into the end zone for the Bricky score. At the 3:03 mark, Bricks up the ante to 34-14, and that was an in-your-face drive right there. What an effort by number 6. Just never stopped those legs pounding, and he took a defender, Eli Noakes, who had him wrapped up on his back.
Carried him
into the end zone. What an effort. What a drive by the Bricks.
No answer for New Prairie defensively.
And now coming on to try the point after touchdown is Peter Janda. He's kicking from right to left. The end over end kick will curl inside the right upright, and it is good. 35-14 Bricks, 3:03 to go. Quarter number 2. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a video timeout. We are live from the Brickyard. You are watching and listening the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Robinson and Kress deep for the Cougars. And it'll be Kress at the 12, the 15, the 20. Goes to the far side of the field, outruns the defender, and finally the Brickies are able to wrap him up just on the right side of the 25-yard line. And with that being said, it's time to go over to my broadcast partner for 34 years. Ooh. Here he is, the legendary Frank Kilpakowski.
All right, that was a quick 2-play, 74-yard drive for Hobart. Took 42 seconds off the clock as Max Pickett finds the end zone for a 9-yard touchdown run. Jammed to the PAT. Hobart up 35-14. And, Paul, the numbers for the Bricky offense so far in the first half, 343 yards of total offense.
There you go. That wins a lot of football game. Reed Robinson will try to get his group right back in it here with 2:51 to go. There are 2 receivers set here to the near side. They run the power play inside to Halderman in between the tackles. He's going to pick up a couple positive yards.
Hobart's going to take a timeout. There's still time left in this first half. If New Prairie doesn't get a first down, they're going to get the ball back. They just call their first time out. Got 2 more left in this first half at 2:45.
Got a scoreboard update from my buddy Sam. East Chicago on top of Highland 22-13 with about a buck to go in the second quarter.
couple other ones that just came in, Paul.
Courtesy of Coach Tipple down in Alabama, Paul.
Alabama.
Lake Martin, War Eagle.
Marion on top of River Forest, 35-14. That game's in New Chicago tonight. That's at the half. Calumet leads Glen 20-10. That's at the half. And here, I wouldn't call this a major upset, but I would call it a minor upset. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Twin Lakes on top of Mechanical at 29-20.
Certainly is, and that would be Kevin O'Shea who's coaching in that game.
Yeah, I believe both teams 8-1, if I'm not mistaken. Twin Lakes has had a pretty solid year. But
at the end of one, Dodgers on top of the Blue Jays. I meant to ask the head baseball coach at Highland High School, Sam Michael, who was here with us earlier, who he's rooting for. I know he was wearing his Cardinals gear today, but
we won't hold that against him.
That's okay.
No, we won't hold that against him.
But once again, the Dodgers, Blue Jays. Who do you really care about? Here's Robinson running to the near side, and he's hog-tied down.
There'll be another timeout real quick right here.
What a great defensive effort by the Brooks. Coming up was Stephen Miller from his safety spot.
It's going to be him and Perez, I think, again.
And another loss on the play. Frank, I know you've got it, and I know this is on a quick turnaround because since we have a timeout, we'll keep it right here. The amount of negative yardage racked up by the Brickies, you got to keep in mind they've got the big Haldeman 68-yard run right from the get-go and Mamaz's long touchdown reception. But how many TFLs for the Bricks so far?
That's
4 or 5?
I have 5, yeah.
They've swarmed.
How many plays does Hobart have offensively over 15 yards or more?
Oh, gosh.
That's big play right there.
Our coverage of high school football tonight being presented in part by our good friend Dave Cox, personal injury attorney. Dave Cox proudly supports Region Football, which is the Brickies' best of luck tonight. We hope you never need his services, but if you're hurt and wrecked, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum and is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence and getting fair and just results. For a free consultation to discuss his best game plan in your case, call Dave at 219-CALLCOX, which is 219-225-5269, or check him out online at davecoxlaw.com. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side here. Robinson back to pass, flushed out, throws the ball caught on the far side. What a great defensive effort by Stephen Miller as he was able to, after Coulter Smith made the catch short of the first down. We're going to give him 4 yards on the reception, so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it 6.5.
Got to punt it, Paul. Hobart blows their last time out, so they're going to get the ball back. Probably in decent field position, depending on the punt, with 2:28 left. There's an opportunity to score more points.
I tell you what, they have their one stoppage of play was the turnover, right? It was 7-0,
yes,
and then
it was. That's correct.
And they fumbled the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, so they've done a great job in their offensive proficiency here in this first half of play. We'll see what head coach Ryan O'Shea decides to do. He's going to try to run the football, or he's going to try to punt. We thought he was going to punt earlier in the football game, and he opted to go for it. As the Brickies break the huddle. Once again, the winner of this game will be taking on the winner of the Kankakee Valley Gary Westside Tilt. And now looks like Reed Robinson's going to go back into that punting formation scenario. He's back inside the 20-yard line, roughly right around the 16-yard line.
You're going to put this ball back to Sobczynski. You got to be real careful here if you're New Prairie.
Yeah, Sobczynski, the lone man deep for the Bricky punt return team. And we mentioned it earlier, averaging 23 yards per punt return. Good snap. Here's a little pass play out here on the perimeter. Pass incomplete.
He didn't have the first down anyhow. He looked like he was going to punt it, took 2 steps forward, and then tried to work the ball on a little out route from the down. I think it was the tight end, number 11. It's going to be Gerard, a tight end. But he ran a square out, and he was 4 yards short of the first down if he caught it. And the ball was too far out in front of him.
So Hobart now sitting with the short porch here with the first down. And now you've given him a golden opportunity here now.
Well, and Hobart stayed in their base defense. They just dropped Sobczynski back by himself. Otherwise, they were had everybody jammed up, expecting something crazy here to happen with New Prairie, a trick play, and they got it.
Thompson, Gomez, Guy, Perez, Diaz. They dig in up front. Ball's on the far hash mark. It will be Logan Peters in the tight end position to the right side. He'll be joined over there on the far side. So they'll have two tight ends on the far side as the power of the formation is to the right side where Aiden Cash. Now Cash comes in motion to the near side as Tatum's in the shotgun. Here's Tatum, back to pass, looks, throws over here. Ball is caught by Tolliver, and Tolliver is...
Got to get down.
Gets down to about the 26-yard line.
Clock rolling. They've got no timeouts left.
I thought initially there, Steve, that Tolliver, when he was going to make that catch, was looking for the hook and ladder there.
Nope.
Shades of the Castle Knights.
Just a little slant route.
So a three-receiver set to the far side now. Once again, Alex Tatum, the 6'2", 200-pound junior. And he dropped the football. He'll roll to the right side. He takes off and run. Tatum right up the middle down to about the 15-yard line. He's got a bricky first down.
Well, he's going to hand that ball off to Pickett coming across in front of him. He just dropped the football and did what he was supposed to, pick it up and just run forward and get what you can get.
Now the ball officially at the 14-yard line. 1:40 clock rolling, quarter two. Bricks lead New Prairie 35-14. Tatum is going to take off and run. He'll run to the left side, and he's going to dive toward the pylon, and he scores! Alex Tatum, a rushing touchdown, catapults the Hobart Brickies to a 41-14 lead on the 14-yard scamper by the junior signal caller.
Again, they run this play off.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is...
From the backside, he leads through and got another penalty here. And Tatum just fouls him and bumps it out to the outside.
And another penalty flag just flew in the end zone. Well, the officials will discussing pleasantries. Our coverage of high school football tonight being presented in part by good old number 14. He's a legend, the great Otto Schregel, with a steadfast commitment to justice and client advocacy. Otto Schregel brings a wealth of experience and proven success to every case. Whether navigating complex legal challenges or fighting for the rights of individuals, the Allen Law Group remains a trusted ally for those in need. Whether it's a construction injury, defective product litigation, Otto has helped injured workers secure record final verdicts in both Illinois and Indiana. To get in touch with our main man, Otto Schregel, and the team at the Allen Law Group, call good old number 14, 219 at 465-6292. That's 219-465-6292. Or go to his website for more information at kenallenlaw.com.
Yeah, but dead ball foul. It's sportsmanlike conduct on Hobart.
And the question is, will it be on the kickoff? Or
they're bringing their offense back on the field. The kicker's off for Hobart.
Got a few scores passed along, and one downstate score, Paul, that I think you'll be interested in. Knox is retaking the lead 26-21 on Jimtown. Lowell has gone to the half up 35-14 on Hanover. KV at the half now leads Westside 12-6. If that score holds, Hobart would be on the road next week at KV, and I believe then that would flip the sectional final as well.
And the Bricks would be where if they get to this final? Be right here?
Back here.
Wow. What a golden opportunity for HHS if that were to play itself out.
Chance at revenge either way, but that's what's looking like there. Some other scores to pass on quickly here. Rensselaer is going to end Boom Row season. I'm sorry about that, Paul.
The PAT is going to come from the 25-yard line. So it's a 35-yard PAT.
I thought they started to bring the offense out, and they changed their mind.
So Peter Janda, here's the low snap, end over end kick, and he has got it. How about that? A 35-yard point after touchdown, and the Brickies have a 42-14 lead with $1:28 to go here in the half. We're going to take a 60-second timeout and come back with our continuing coverage of high school football. You are listening to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Embrace every opportunity. At Indiana University Northwest, you'll research alongside experts, develop career-ready skills, and accomplish your lifelong dreams. Whatever your goal may be, achieve it here close to home at IU Northwest, right here in the region. Join us for a life-changing learning experience at the best-priced university in Northwest Indiana. It all begins at northwest.iu.edu. Bring on tomorrow at Indiana University Northwest.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Steve McIntyre, Frank Yopakowski, Paul County. Thanks again to our brother in radio, Sam Michael, for taking time to be with us here today. Just a privilege to have one of the most talented young individuals in our industry. He's just doing a spectacular job at JED TV and WJOB. Just a privilege to hang out with him. I want to wish him best luck as he's taking over the helm at Highland High School at the baseball program. And, of course, one of our longtime friends, Frank, the legendary Danny Miller, was there for many, many years. Was a great friend for us. We had some great friends in high school. I mean, I'm thinking of Fenton Mackey when he was at Maryville.
Right.
Oh, man, there were some great dudes.
Bob Schinken at Munster.
Some amazing people. Coach Ken Schreiber. Obviously, Jack Campbell. We can go on and on about some of our favorite baseball peeps.
My very first year in high school, covering any high school sports, was the 1991 Highland baseball team that went to the Final Four. Brian Guzik was the pitcher. He had come off, I believe, earlier in his career, he had led Highland's football team to the state championship. In his senior year, he helped lead the Trojan baseball team to the Final Four.
So we're hoping that Sam gets a chance to do that as he takes over the helm of the Highland Trojans baseball program. 2 receivers to the near side for New Prairie and 2 to the short side of the field with $1:23 to go. As Reed Robinson will call his own number. He comes to the near side, then he breaks it back to the far side, and he tries to find some real estate to no avail. He should have called Scott Miller if he was thinking real estate.
That's right.
And he'll get to about the 34.5-yard line. Got a scoreboard update. Here's Frank.
Yeah, I wanted to finish off those scores. Rensselaer is going to end Boone Grove season. They're up 35-0 in the first half of that one. North Newton has tied up Bowman Academy 14-14. That's at the half. One score I wanted to get your opinion on, Paul. The one upset that I could see being an upset, fourth quarter in 2A, Alexandria leads unbeaten Eastbrook 29-21.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve McIntyre would love that story because Pete Gass, the head coach at Alexandria Monroe, his son is the starting quarterback. We did a feature on him. I believe it was week 2 of the season.
They're 7-2, so it wouldn't be a total shock, but still unbeaten Eastbrook and the legendary Jeff Adamson's crew.
Hall of Famer.
They usually don't go out in round one.
Here's Halderman with a run off to the near side. But once again, you got to play.
You got to play all 4 quarters.
Yeah. Nice tackle by Preston Perez on that last run.
It's going to be the last play of the game, of the half, Paul.
As the Brickies will go to the locker room with a 42-14. Matter of fact, there's going to be a timeout by New Prairie.
What? They want to run one more play, apparently.
And with 4 seconds remaining here in the once again, we want to thank some of our great sponsors who make it happen, including our friends at Ivy Tech, who have been tremendous through the years of supporting our initiatives.
Ivy Tech Community College, Lake County, they're still enrolling for fall while the first 8-week classes have already started. There's still time to join the second 8-week session. It begins on Monday, though, October 27th. If you're unable to register for fall classes, registration for spring 2026 classes is now open as well. Call 219-392-3600. Visit ivytech.edu/Lake County to learn more and enroll today.
The Brickies are going to go to the locker room with a 42-14 halftime lead. We'll be back with our continuing coverage. This is going to be a 2-minute video timeout. 2 minutes. Right after this, we'll be back. After this, this is the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW, Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crowell Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crowell Company's Lantern Man. Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Thanks to everyone joining us here on WEFM, 95.9 FM, and WJOB and JED TV. Great to be joined here by Mike Black, who was, for many years, the boys basketball coach here at Hobart High Schools, now has been the athletic director. And we're great to have him here on the program. I remember him when he was a little guy running around. I remember his dad when he was coaching back with Coach Hamill back in the we're going way in the way back machine. Back to the old gym at the old school. And
yes, that's a long time ago.
Do you remember those days?
Believe it or not, I do remember those days. That was my first memories of basketball were at a Hobart gym, and those guys, it was a lot of fun.
I tell you what, some of the greatest memories of my lifetime was those days in that old gym. I'll never forget my sophomore year. We won the sectional, and it was the first championship in Hobart history. I'll never forget the day after the sectional. They gave us the Monday off, and that was really, really special. And I remember the days going to East Chicago, and some of the greatest memories. I remember Jim Lichtenberger and Tom Workman, Mo Rohde. I can go back, Jim Lifke, and those guys. And honestly, Mike, since we're taking that trip down Amnesia Lane, I will have to say this with those four guys right there specifically, probably changing young Paul Condry's life, and gave me the opportunity to be a part of the basketball team, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my lifetime. And I know I tell Tom Workman all the time this, that when Tom hired me to be the 7th grade basketball coach at Hobart back in the and unfortunately Steve McIntyre is one of those guys who I was fortunate to have back in the late 70s, early 80s. It was at a pivotal point in my lifetime because it was the first time I wanted to kind of get out and do something on my own, and he asked me to come in to help and be an assistant coach. It was Stevie Shanos and I were coaching the first year. And then the second year, he hired me to be the head coach and to give this kid an opportunity to be, quote unquote, to run his own program, running his offense and his defense and giving that opportunity. And what a blessing, because that just so happened to be all those first 3 state championships in football. I had all those boys as basketball players.
Yeah.
So we had some good kids. We had some great athletes, and there were so many amazing parents back in those days. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. You know, being a part in education as coach, when it comes to coaching the guys and the gals respectively, that's the best part of the job. The most difficult part of the job in today's society is dealing with the adults. I saw Tom Izzo go ballistic earlier this week about talking about the adults are the problems in the room. And I have to say that, and we all have to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, why have we made it so difficult on getting officials? Why are we making it so kids are quitting and coaches are quitting and they don't? I mean, because you think about Steve Balish and you think about Tom Kerr and Don Howe and all these guys were here for decades upon decades. I know this is a long diatribe, but here I just think there's so many things that are special about education-based athletics. Adults, stop. Let coaches coach.
And I would say that in every group, you're always going to have some outliers that seem to draw most attention. Most of our parents are great, fantastic people, just like the ones that you're talking about dealing with those kids when they were playing for you in 7th grade. We really do have a great group of parents. Doesn't matter what sport, they're super supportive here. We're very fortunate. Great booster club help, supportive of the coaches. We're fortunate, I will say that. And I'm not saying, like, I saw Tom Izzo's thing too, and definitely the adults in the NCAA are... I don't even know what to say. It's just unbelievable the things they're allowing.
They've gone off the rails.
But for high school sports, Paul Neidig and the IHSA are doing everything they can to protect education-based athletics and to protect the hometown kid and playing for his hometown team. And I respect everything they're trying to do, and we're just trying to follow their lead.
All right, you got something special that you've been doing every year since I've known you, it seems like. So tell me about next weekend, a very special event. So I'm going to let you take it right from the top.
Okay, next Sunday is the annual Skyrise stair climb at Willis Tower in Chicago. And all proceeds of the Skyrise go towards the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. And the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab is formerly known as the Rehab Institute of Chicago. Fantastic place with terrific people that do amazing work. Back in 2012, my mom suffered a stroke and lost control of her left side, and she was a lefty. She was a southpaw. And she got a chance to spend 5 weeks at the Rehab Institute, which, again, now is the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. And they were incredible, just incredible with what they did for her. She was so connected and touched by what they did. She actually participated in the stair climb in 2012, climbed 71 floors with just the use of her right side. And then, unfortunately, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a few months later. Battling cancer, going through chemotherapy. She climbed again in 2013 and made it up 45 floors. Amazing. Before she just couldn't do it anymore. And then she passed away in February 1st of 2014, and we have continued to climb every year in her honor. So my dad, my brother, myself, we've had family members, family friends, friends that my mom met while she was at the Rehab Institute there, have been in and out of Team Brenda Black. And we we'll be again climbing this year. We've raised, I want to say, between $6,000 and $10,000 towards the Ability Lab every year that we've done it. We've had terrific support, and it's just a great thing for our family to get together, honor my mom, celebrate those people and everything they do there in Chicago.
Well, Tanya Condry and Paul Condry are going to donate $250
my gosh.
to your initiatives on this next week.
I really appreciate that. That's terrific news.
So we are so proud of you, so proud of what you've been able to do. You've done a great job here, taking care of the quote-unquote, the old school. And I'm just so excited, and I want you to go out there, and I want you to think about your mom when you're walking, and she raised one heck of a great kid.
Well, I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, Mike Black, the athletic director. We're going to write him a check for $250. Hey, come out and help Mike. It's an important thing. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're at the intermission. 5:43 remaining in the halftime festivities. Brickies, 42-14. We're going to take a 60-second video timeout. We are watching and listening to the 33rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Domino's, you can pick 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Let's see how that compares to some other options that are about $6.99. $6.99? $6.99. $6.99? $6.99. Yeah. Order any 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, only at Domino's.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry along with Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpakowski. I hope you guys will donate. Just get a hold of Coach Mike Black here at the high school and be able to help out, be a part of something very, very worthwhile. I tell you what, he's been able to do to honor his mama over these many years is just absolutely incredible. And we're thrilled to be able to donate some much-needed funds for them. All right, let's go over to the man who has got all the answers. Not only if you gave him the ball right now, ladies and gentlemen, he would stop the government shutdown.
Yeah, where do I sign for that? All right, let's go over the first half scoring if you're just joining us. Hobart has scored on 6 of their 7 possessions, and they got it going early on the opening drive. They went 6 plays, 57 yards, took 3:01 off the clock. Alex Tatum, a 25-yard touchdown pass to Bryce Tolliver. Peter Janda added the PAT, and Hobart was off to a 7-0 lead as the 8:59 mark of the first quarter. But New Prairie answered a little while later after a Hobart turnover on the first play. They went 68 yards in just one play, 12 seconds. Lucas Halderman, a 68-yard touchdown run at the 6:14 mark of the first quarter. Logan Chalik added the PAT. That tied things up 7-7. But Hobart then came right back. 8 play, 72-yard drive, 3:28 off the clock. This time it was Tatum on the ground. Alex scoring from 28 yards out at the 2:46 mark of the first quarter. Janda, another PAT, made it 14-7. Hobart, that's where we were at the end of the first quarter. But Hobart on a drive that started in the first quarter and ended at the 11:08 mark of the second quarter. They go 5 plays, 43 yards, 2 minutes exactly off the clock. It was Nate Subchinski with the 15-yard touchdown run, capping that one off. Janda added the PAT, 21-7 Hobart at that point. Next drive for the Brickies, they go 3 plays, 61 yards, take 1:05 off the clock. This time Tatum on a 50-yard touchdown pass to Stephen Miller at the 7:25 mark of the second. Janda, the PAT, made it 28-7. New Prairie's best drive of the night came a little while on the ensuing drive. 7 plays, 58 yards. They take 3:40 off the clock. And on 4th down, Reed Robinson hits Trenton Mamaza on a 37-yard touchdown pass. 3:45 to go in the half. Chalik adds the PAT, cuts it to 28-14. But Hobart quickly scores on their next drive. Just 2 plays, 74 yards, a 42-second drive there. Max Pickett, who had a busy first half, scoring on a 9-yard touchdown run. Janda, with his 5th PAT, made it 35-14. And then for good measure, after New Prairie fails on a 4th down conversion, the Brickies go 3 plays, 30 yards, take 56 seconds off the clock. Tatum with his second rushing touchdown to go along with 2 passing touchdowns in the first half. This time Alex scoring from 14 yards out at the 1:28 mark of the half. Janda adds a PAT from 35 yards out, and that's where we are here at halftime, Paul. 42-14 Hobart over New Prairie at the break.
Once again, this week, unfortunately, we had to celebrate, if you want to call it that. We had to think about, on October 23rd of 1983, 2 truck bombs were detonated at the buildings in Beirut, Lebanon, housing American and French service members in the multinational force in Lebanon military peacekeeping operation during the Lebanese Civil War. And I know that for a fact that there were 241 U.S. personnel that were involved in this attack, including 220 some odd Marines, handful of Army guys, and I believe there was 17, 18 Navy guys that lost their lives. So our coverage of the second half is we're going to honor those who gave their life for the American freedom and the way of life. We're going to take our final timeout of the halftime. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a video timeout right after this. You are listening to the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Plumbers Local 210 is building the future, and we're looking for service plumbers to join our team. Our training center invests nearly $500,000 every year to make sure our members are the best in the industry. From a 5-year apprenticeship and an associate degree at Ivy Tech to ongoing certifications in safety and new technology, our plumbers are trained for excellence. Every member is drug tested and licensed for your safety and peace of mind. When you need plumbing work done, make sure you ask for the license. It's your right to ask.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome back here on WEFM, WJOB, and JED TV. We got our first half stats. Here he is, Franco Bogowski.
All right, Paul, some gaudy numbers for the Brookies here in the first half, as you would imagine, with a 42-14 halftime lead. Hobart with 18 first half first downs in this one. New Prairie just 5. The yardage is more than 2-1, approaching 3-1. Brookie's good balance, too. 191 yards on the ground, 182 through the air for a total of 373 yards of offense. New Prairie just 105 on the ground, 42 through the air for 147 yards of offense. Hobart a perfect 3 for 3 on third downs. They did not have any fourth down opportunities. New Prairie 0 for 4 on third downs, 0 for 2 on fourth downs. Both teams 1 turnover in the first half. Brookies with 3 penalties for 35 yards, and New Prairie with 1 for 15. Meanwhile, some individual numbers for Hobart. Where do you begin? Max Pickett, 15 carries, 98 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. Alex Tatum did it both on the ground and through the air. Through the air, 8 out of 10 passing, 182 yards and 2 touchdown passes. On the ground, 4 carries for 74 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's better than 250 yards. Total offense. Bryce Tolliver, a really nice first half as well on the receiving end. 5 receptions for 123 yards and a touchdown. Stephen Miller added a 50-yard touchdown reception. The numbers for New Prairie, Reed Robinson, 13 carries, 28 yards. He was 2 of 5 through the air as well for 42 yards and a touchdown. And Lucas Halderman, 5 carries, 77 yards. He had that 68-yard touchdown included in there. But it's been all Hobart pretty much from the get-go, 42-14.
They haven't punted all game, right, Frank?
No. The possessions for Hobart are right here.
No.
Touchdown, fumble, touchdown, 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 touchdown. That's your Hobart.
Yeah, that's pretty good offensive efficiency.
Yeah, you can't do much better than that.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to get this third quarter underway. In case you're just joining us, Bricky's decked out in the purple pants, the gold jerseys, and the purple numbers, and those traditional gold helmets. The New Prairie Cougars from New Carlisle, Indiana, decked out in the white trousers and the white jerseys with the dark blue trim, and, of course, the gold helmets. They're going to be receiving the second half kickoff as they haven't figured out. Several of the guys haven't figured out which direction they're going to be going, so the officials will tell everybody to switch sides. So Hobart will be kicking off from the right side to the left side. You go from right to left on your mind's eye, on the radio dial, on WJOB and WEFM respectively. And of course, the Don Howe Field here at the Brickyard. It is a north-south field, so they're going to be kicking from the south to the north as we're ready to get this third quarter underway. The winner of this one will take on the Kankakee Valley Cougars or the Gary Westside Cougars. We're ready to get underway.
Either way, they'll be playing the Cougars 2 straight weeks.
Yes, indeed. And now here's the kickoff here from Nugent. Will be short, and it's going to be taken at the 15-yard line by Sully. And he's going to get out to about the 28-yard line, and difficult room to run there for Sully Kress, the senior, as T.J. Irvin is there on special teams to make the stop. All right, let's get you up to date in case you're just joining us with our starting lineups. For New Prairie, waiting for them to come out. We'll make sure we got everybody in the right spot. It'll be Andrew Anderson at the center spot. It'll be Tyler Pringer and Henry Luskowski at your guards. It'll be Lane Salt and Marshawn Thompson at your tackles. Cougars come out, 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Reed Robinson is your quarterback, and they go right up the middle. That was the home run play that Lucas Halderman scored on the first play from scrimmage. This time, he doesn't go 68 yards. He does pick up 6 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Steve, if you're Hobart, complacency is bound to set in.
Got to finish it off. Up 42-14, finish them off. Championship teams, when they got a team down or on the ropes, they take care of business.
Mimosa and Kaminsky wide here to the near side. To the far side, it's Smith and Kress. Here's Robinson once again on 2nd down and 4. And Robinson calls his own number, angles it to the left side. He's going to pick up about 1.5 yards. I'm going to give him 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for New Prairie. 11:07, clock rolling, 3rd quarter. Here in quarter number 3. After the Brickies broke the 7-7 tie, it's been all HHS here in this opening round of the IHSA Tournament Series. And now they'll go with a 2 receiver here to the near side. Going to be Mimosa to be joined out here by Kress. And here is Robinson on the keeper. He's going to be close to the 1st down. I believe the forward progress will give him the 1st down.
It'll be their first 3rd down conversion if that's the case. It looks like it is.
New Prairie, of course, a season ago under the direction of Casey McKim, 9-4. They were 5-1 in league play. Lost 21-7 at Mishawaka in the 4A Regional Championship.
They come in on they haven't lost a sectional game since 2020, Paul. They've won 4 straight sectional championships coming into tonight's game.
They've dashed the Brickies' postseason hopes the last 3 seasons. Here's a pass out here. Ball was caught by Mimosa. He's going to pick up some positive yards. We'll give him 4. Call it 2nd down and 6.
Got scores from the other 3 games in this sectional. Hanover trying to stick around down at the Inferno. They've cut the halftime deficit down to 14 now, 35-21 Red Devils. KV on top of Westside, as we've mentioned, 12-6 at the half. And approaching halftime, East Chicago leading Highland 22-21.
These teams have only played 4 other times. All of them have been in postseason play. Here's your 2nd down and 6. Robinson, quick toss.
Man, what do you?
And
that should be an incomplete pass. Yes,
that was a forward pass.
Yeah,
it's behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
What was he doing, Steve?
I don't know. He panicked.
It was a shot put.
He panicked. He pitched it forward over the defender.
Kind of a shovel pass, awkward-looking shovel pass that time. Unfortunately, for them, it hit the ground, so it's ruled an incomplete pass, and rightly so. Good call.
3rd down and 6, ball on the 44-yard line. 9-10, 3rd quarter. Brickies 42, Cougars 14. Robinson quickly comes back from a conversation with Ryan O'Shea on the far sideline. Cougars will have Mimosa and Kaminsky wide here to the near side. They'll have Kress and Smith wide to the far side. Once again, Robinson, short shotgun. Halderman on his left. Robinson rolls to the far side. He throws, ball caught by Sully Kress for a 1st down into Hobart territory. They'll mark him down at the 45-yard line, a 1st and 10.
Nice play call. They roll Robinson out. Tough throw. He's got to throw it across his body, and they release Kress off the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up 11 yards. It's a little square out, and that's a good throw by Robinson to get the 1st down.
Now the ball on the far hash mark. The 1 receiver to the near side is Mimosa. And they'll have 3 to the short side of the field. Bricky linebackers are in tight. Robinson calls his own number and will run to the left side and will run out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. It depends on I guess he didn't even get to the 40-yard line. He's going to get to the 38-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Clock it inside $9 to go here in the third quarter. Bricky's offense has yet to touch the football here in the third stanza, as the Cougars starting to pick them up some momentum. 3 receivers to the near side again. Robinson, Bricky's move up front, and now they shift again. Now Halderman on the right hip of Robinson. Robinson rolls to the near side, looks downfield, throws the ball downfield. Ball's intercepted. Nice job defensively. Miller comes away with the pick at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 10 Bricks at the 8:45 mark. What a great read by Miller.
Yeah, he just slid underneath that ball. They were trying to work the ball to Kaminsky on the rollout. And Miller just stepped in front, read the eyes of the quarterback, and just stepped right in front of that route and picked it off.
Miller, 2nd interception of the year. And now Hobart will get its offensive unit back out onto the field for the first time here since the halftime break. Our coverage of high school football being presented in part by our good friend Jeff Larimore and Spectrum Financial Group. Located here at 607 East 3rd Street in downtown Hobart. Specialized in 401ks, IRA rollovers, income planning for retirement. Receivers, one to the near side, one to the far side. Here's Tatum back to pass. Throws short arms one. I thought his arm got hit.
He's got to step into it. Got a little bit of pressure. Got to step into that throw. That ball was about 4 yards short. Had him open. Just a one-man pattern to the wide side of the field, a little square in.
We want to thank Mayor Pete Land, the Crown Point Pace Department. They're proud to support Crown Point Athletics. They say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everyone to trick-or-treat around the downtown square during the Pumpkin Walk. That's tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 25th.
Here's a run by Pickett to the right side. He just jumps over a defender, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Nice little run by number 6. He just wanted it more than the Cougars did.
Boy, just good patience, though, Paul. He didn't rush up there. So many times you see backs in a hurry. He gets through the line of scrimmage. He kind of tiptoed around a little bit, picked his hole, and got the 1st down. Let the blocking set up and take place.
8:23 clock rolling third quarter. Bricky's 42. New Prairie Cougars 14.
Steve, this Hobart offense running about as efficient as the IU offense tonight.
Boy, that IU team is fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Now a 3-receiver set here to the near side. Here's Tatum, shotgun. Tatum calls his own number. Sidesteps, spins past the defender. Still on his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and will earn 1 hard-earned yard. Top of the 5th, Dodgers 2, Blue Jays 2.
Hey, he tied it up.
Now it's bringing up a 2nd down and 8. Clock rolling on here with 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. Home team on top of the visitors, 42-14. 2 receivers to the short side of the field. Logan Peters in that tight end spot. He'll be on the right side. Now, in tight, really tight, double slot formation in stacks. Here is the quarterback. Tatum back to pass. Throws the deep ball. He's got a man there. Tolliver makes a sensational catch down to the 15-yard line.
I'm going to say it hit the ground. Wow, that was a heck of an effort. I tell you what, they had pretty good coverage on him. Oberle was with them. Boy, he decided to go deep with that ball. He had a little out route wide open, but Tatum goes deep with it again. Heck of an effort, though, by Tolliver.
Yeah, it was. That had to be called on the field from my vantage point. I thought he caught it, Steve.
Yeah, the official was right there. The defender was pointing to the ground as well.
Bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 9. Ball on the 46-yard line. The Hobart punt team has not seen the field in this football game. Here's Pickett off the left side. They won't see it
Yes.
again. Pickett's down to the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. Max Pickett on a 3rd down and 9 goes bonkers off the left side. Great job by Thompson and Gomez. 15 yards and another Hobart first down to the New Prairie 39-yard line.
Well, if I'm the punter, man, geez, this is a long
You
night.
were
You might as
the
well go.
punter.
I know. I
You
go in
were
the
the
locker
punter
room. Yeah.
once.
Oh man, that's a long night. Whew. Get the cape out and relax.
Get the lawn chair out.
Yeah. Oh boy.
1st and 10. Ball here now at the 39-yard line.
What's the college football game on tonight? Something.
Anything. The Weather Channel. I don't care.
Well, listen to us, guys.
Here's Tatum back to pass. Throws
Oh, boy.
a timing pattern to the far side. Pass was incomplete.
Going to Peters.
I believe it was Logan's opportunity.
Little out route again. Pretty well covered.
I think that slipped out of Alex's hand
Yeah,
that time. It kind of came out like a wounded duck.
Did not look good.
Bring up a 2nd down and 10. 6:29 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. After a lot of fireworks in the first 2 quarters for the Bricky offense. This is their first opportunity. But the clock rolls on. 2 receivers to the right now. Here is Pickett again. This time he had his legs taken out from underneath him by the middle linebacker, Lincoln Gerard. And Gerard picks up his 40th tackle of the season. No gain. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. But if you're Hobart, everything is in 4-down territory now.
Yeah, you're not going to kick it, punt the ball. You pick up some positive yards here to make it manageable.
And what they'll do is they'll send Tolliver to the far side, Stephen Miller to the far side, as Pickett will be on the right hip, as Cash will be in that tight end position or in the slot next
he's
to
fullback.
And here is the fake. Here is Pickett and Tatum.
I don't know what that was.
And I don't think any of the. I don't
You take it. No, you take it.
I have no idea what that play was. Too much gadgetry. Run the ball or throw it. You're up 42-14. You're not going to fool anybody.
And that is going to be a no gain on the play.
May have lost a yard.
They did officially lose a yard. So Tatum and Pickett, there was some confusion on the play. And now checking back into the ball game now is Nate Sobczynski. And he'll be wide here to the near side, wearing that number 10 jersey. 2 receivers to the right side. As Cash is in the H-back position over here on the left side. There's Tatum. Looks to the left side. Zeroes in. Got a man deep down the far sideline. Ball is
incomplete.
Knocked away at the last minute by Sully Kress.
Tell you what, you look at their pass game tonight, and again, this is only the 2nd time we've seen them all year, Hobart's pass game. Everything's deep. I mean, they've run very few intermediate routes or concepts. Everybody's just, hey, we're going deep, we're going to chuck it. And if you're able to take that away, that really puts them in a bind with their pass game. But, of course, New Prairie hasn't been able to do that tonight. But they just chuck the ball downfield on go routes. There's no curls, there's no snags, there's no mesh concepts, at least in this game.
Well, you got a couple of tall receivers in Tolliver and Miller, both at 6 foot. That helps.
But you get in the playoffs, you're going to make a run. You got to have a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you're going to have some intermediate stuff or find a tight end.
You're going to have to.
New Prairie takes over on down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for New Prairie at the 39-yard line. And now here's a run off the left side and another positive run. I believe, was that Oberle this time?
Yes, his first carry of the night.
Oberle, who came into today's game at 5'6", 155. That's only his 51st rush of the year. At a 9-yard. He's got 260 yards rushing now with that run. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. Cougars have 2 to the wide side of the field and 2 to the near side of the field. Bricky's defense, Peters, Prez, Abrego, Cash up front. And this time Cash and company come a-calling, and they wrap him up. I don't believe he got to 1st down.
No, he didn't.
As they just try to force the issue, and it was rough sledding in there for Noah Oberle. And we're going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 as we're inside 4 minutes to go. 3:45 to be exact.
We want to pass along a final. Knox scores the last 30 points of the game, beats Jimtown 50-21. Last report that I had, which I think was late in the third quarter, McLaughlin had 375 yards unofficially. So he could be in striking distance next week when they play, of all teams, the Griffith Panthers.
On the third down run, Oberle tries to stack it in between the tackles.
He didn't get anything.
He got stuffed by a brick wall of
that was
defenders.
Peters over there, and is that Abrego? Looked like Peters on the end got him first.
Just a great defensive effort. So it's a fourth down. And
well, this defense is right at their average as far as points concerned. They're giving up 12.9 points per ball game, giving up 14 in this one so far.
so here's a pivotal 4th down and 2 from the 48-yard line. Robinson shotgun. He's going to call his own number, and
he didn't get it.
I don't believe he got it.
He didn't get it.
He's close.
He got a good spot by the top official. See which one's going to mark the ball. I still think he's short.
Oh, boy.
Because he had to get to the 49.
He's standing right on the 49, though, and the referee says first down.
And they gave him a first down. Well, that's
It was close. It wasn't a horrible spot, but
so it'll be 1st and 10 for New Prairie
Enough.
with 2:38 to go here on the third quarter clock. They trail Hobart 42-14. As the Cougars will have a 2-receiver set to both sides of the field now. As Robinson. And once again in that shotgun formation. Diaz, Jones, and Irvin, the guys on the move in the linebacking core. Here's Robinson back to pass. Throws the deep ball down the right side. The ball in the battle of number 10s.
Incomplete.
Knocked away. Mimosa was there, but so was Savchinski. And the battle of 10s. Matter of fact, as it looks right now.
Mimosa's hurt.
Yeah, he
limping.
came up a little lame.
Yeah.
So incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. 2:08 to go here in the third quarter.
He's going to have to come out.
He's got a long way to hobble back over to the New Prairie side of the field, too. He's not able to put pressure on that
They got to
foot.
get him out of there.
He's going to try and gut it out, I think.
He can't even run.
He's limping over there now. He's going to try to figure something out. Bricky's with a man just coming on late. And here is a pass over the middle. Pass knocked away. Nice job defensively by HHS.
It's going to be Miller, man. He came over the top, timed it right. Didn't get there early on a little stay route.
And Bricky down on the field.
That going to be Miller?
No, it's Miles White, I think.
No, Miles White's standing in the
he's
back.
standing there, yeah.
I think it might be Miller.
As the legendary Mark Lido, certified athletic trainer extraordinaire, and a Hall of Famer in my book, will head out to check things out. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to take a 30-second audio timeout and come back with more of our continuing coverage of tonight's first round game right here on Regional Radio Sports.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso and at valueflooringonline.com.
Once again, glad you can join us here. 2:02 to go here. It's a 3rd down and 10. Here is Robinson darting to the outside. He turned the corner, and he's going to pick up some positive yardage into Hobart territory, marking him down at the 45-yard line. And it will bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it 4. He needs to get to the 41-yard line of Hobart to pick up the first down. With 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Believe it or not, Steve McIntyre, I have college basketball tomorrow.
I believe it. Who do you got?
I have the Holy Cross College Saints at Notre Dame, Indiana, be matched up against the Taylor Trojans. Boy, it never stops. 3 receivers set here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Robinson rolls to the near side.
Oh, man,
Throws
screen.
the ball, and he was just totally hammered by that Hobart defensive unit. They brought the kitchen sink.
They ran a screen. They were trying to get a screen over the middle to the wide receiver, Crest, so they released everybody up front.
Yeah, Vontrell Jones.
He got lit up.
He was outstanding. Jones just, when he arrived with an attitude. That's the way you got to play that.
Well, you got to get a little more of a block, even though it's a screen with the lineman. You can't just let him run by you. You got to hit him a little bit and hold him and then release him.
So the Bricky offense will come out onto the field now, and so they'll take over here on downs. Frank?
The tournament is officially underway. Final score in overtime. Eastbrook goes for the 2-point conversion and gets it and beats Alexandria 37-36 in 2A.
Wow.
That's a tournament game right there.
That's as good as she gets. We'll flip the card over. Cash will be in the slot to the right side. 2 receivers set to the near side for Tatum. And what's the flag for? The play clock? Well, because the play clocks are not working.
Well, the north one isn't working. They've got problems with it, so they got to shut them both off. And normally, if that's the case, the referee will keep counting. And then when the clock gets down to 10, he'll tell the quarterback, hey, he'll count it out loud, 10, 9, 8, so he knows what's going on.
And so the 5-yard markup for Hobart moves the ball back to the Bricky 40-yard line, far hash mark.
Because they've got no clue offensively where the play clock's at unless the referee says something.
So it's 1st and 15. 2 receivers to the near side. Here you run the inside counter off the handoff from Pickett to the near side. Cash is going to pick up about 14 yards on the nice little play. I like that play, Steve.
Yeah, just a counter. Again, instead of Alex Tatum, the quarterback handed it off to Cash. They give it to Pickett, and Pickett hands it off to going the opposite direction.
A gain of 14 and bring up a 2nd down and 1 with 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bricky's leading 42-14. And now 2 receivers to the right side of the field. Cash. Here's a run off the. That's going to be. I think you got to stop him. Nice job defensively by Landon Halderman, a 6'3", 214-pound junior. And that's going to be short of the first down. So to bring up a 3rd down and 1 at the New Prairie 46-yard line. Brickies want to pick up the pace here now. They'll have a 3 receiver set to the far side as Pickett is going to be joined by Tolliver and Miller. And so Tatum, I think he's going to call his own number here, Steve, and he will.
Yep, they're going to go to the double tight inside.
He's got the first down, down to the 4, and he steps out of bounds.
So they go tight end with his hand down, which is Peters, and then they put Cash over him, which is basically another tight end. That's where they're going to run the ball. Just power football.
Got a couple scoreboard updates coming your way. After the next play, here's a 1st and 10 for Hobart at the 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the right now. Here is Tatum handing it off to Pickett. Pickett to the 35, 30. He pinballs his way down to about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. And the Brickies pick up a 1st down here with 32 ticks of the third quarter clock remaining.
Updating some scores, guys. Lowell scored on the first play of the fourth quarter. They now lead Hanover 42-21. That's in the fourth quarter.
And here's Pickett on the run. Quickly they go, and he picks up 5 yards. And that will probably be the final play of the quarter. There was an update there, Frank.
Yes, McLaughlin unofficially 469 yards against Jimtown tonight. That'll put him right around the 300-yard mark or so for next week. Again, they'll be at home against Russ Radke's old team, the Griffith Panthers, with a chance to break the state all-time record for rushing. Highland also on top of EC 29-22.
And that is going to do it. 3 quarters are in the books here from Don Howe Field at the Brickyard. Hobart leads New Prairie 42-14. We'll be back after this 60-second video timeout. You are watching the 53rd Annual IHSAA Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance.
And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Looking back here on Regional Radio Sports, there's a playoff here to the near side. And Steve, was it?
It's going to be
Subchinski?
It's going to be Subchinski, excuse me, on just a little flat route, and Crest came up and finished him basically for no gain.
Third down, and it's going to make it 3 with just 7 seconds into this quarter. Here, let's go over to Frank for a first quarter, or our stats through 3 quarters after this play. 3 receivers set here to the near side, and 2 receivers to the left side. Now everybody shifts around as Josh Diaz goes to the far side now, as it's unbalanced to the right side. Now here is the quarterback on the keeper. Tatum darts to the outside, and he is tripped up. That is a touchdown-saving tackle, but it'd be good enough for another Hobart first down. All right, Frank, you got your accounting brain on.
Sure do, Paul. Needed it tonight. Hobart with 22 first downs, make it 23 now with that one by Tatum. New Prairie with 8. Hobart with 438 yards total offense. New Prairie with 192. Brookies 5 of 6 on third downs before that one, now 6 of 7. New Prairie 2 of 8. Brookies 1 turnover to 2 for New Prairie. Hobart with 4 penalties for 40 yards, and New Prairie with just 1 15-yard. Brookies still by 28 as we start the fourth quarter.
And here is Pickett breaking free inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. Max Pickett continues his fine play. You know, we're going to have a hard time figuring out who's going to be our player of the ballgame.
Got a lot of candidates.
There are. Certainly.
Pickett now with 23 carries, 147 yards, and a score. Tatum with between rushing and passing, I got him over 270 yards. And Tolliver's had a good night. Subzinski's had a mixed bag of things tonight.
Second down and 5. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Full house backfield again for Alex Tatum and company. Go right up the middle.
It's going to be Diaz.
It was Diaz. It was like they brought the fridge back.
They don't know who that is, though.
Oh.
William Perry.
Well, he only picked up about a yard, too. 6'1", 255.
Third down and 3. Ball at the 7-yard line here in this fourth quarter. 9:36 to go. Our score was 42-14 at the half.
If you're going to copy someone, you might as well be the 85 Bears, right?
Yep. Don't go near there. Bricks 42-14 here in the third. Once again, full house backfield. New Prairie shows movement as now Tatum tries to go with the long count. And Brickies will take a timeout.
Yeah, they tried to draw him off sides and couldn't get the play in. Then after that,
we'll take a 30-second audio timeout and come back with our continuing coverage of high school football. Thanks for joining us here on WEFM and WJOB.
In Horizon Bank, going beyond to make a difference in our community. Whether you're starting a business or a family, expanding your kitchen or your customer base, drop by and see us for friendly service, local expertise, and solid financial advice. Horizon Bank, beyond ordinary banking. Learn more at horizonbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Next week, the A team will be on the road at Viking Field as the Michigan City Wolves will be taking on the Valparaiso Vikings. The question that is rolling around in this broadcast, but which Valparaiso team will they show up? Will it be the team that played Mighty Penn right down to the final play? Or will they be the team that, quite frankly, laid an egg last week against Lake Central? And now the Brickies changed the formation, and so does the defensive group. Here's a quick handoff on the Wildcat here to Pickett, and he'll go into the end zone for a Brickie touchdown. Max Pickett scores the touchdown with 9:03 to go.
That would be penalty after the play. It'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody. You see who they're going to call after the play. Like somebody shoved somebody, but I couldn't see who it was.
I know that New Prairie has dashed the Brickies' postseason aspirations the last 3 seasons. And the officials are going to come over and talk to Eric Schreiber, and they're going to say if it's going to be the Brickies will keep the kick team in.
I don't think so. Nope, they're going to take him out. Take the penalty, put it on. He's going to put it on the left hash. Where's he going to put it?
So the penalty is going to be against New Prairie. And the question remains is...
He's going to keep it in the middle.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to move it. They bring Eck in, another tight end, Paul, Justin Eck.
And so they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. And Hobart on the season has 2 2-point conversions, both of the receiving variety. And that'll be the first one there.
As the
2-point try is good. As Diaz scores the try, and now it's 50-14. Brickies.
Going to be a running clock.
9:03 to go in regulation. Brickies 50, New Prairie 14. We're going to take a 60-second timeout and come back more of our continuing coverage of the 53rd annual IHSAA State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Personal injury attorney Dave Cox proudly supports Region football and wishes all of our Region teams the best of luck in this year's state tournament. We hope you never need his services, but if you were hurt in a wreck, call Cox for a free consultation and to discuss his best game plan in your case. Call or text 219-CALL-COX. That's 219-225-5269, or check him out online at davecoxlaw.com.
How about my buddy Dave Cox? Is he the best? Personal injury attorney Dave Cox proudly supports Region football and wishes the best of luck to the Bricks in the postseason. We hope you never need his services, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum, is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence and getting fair and just results. Give Big Dave a call at 219-CALLCOX, which is 219-225-5269. Check him out online at davecoxlaw.com. Frank Kilpakowski's got a update.
Okay, it was a 10-play, 55-yard scoring drive this time for the Brickies. Max Pickett scoring from 7 yards out. That was also a 4-minute, 48-second drive. Josh Diaz with a 2-point conversion run. 9:03 to go. And as soon as they kick off, the clock will be running nonstop from here on out. 50-14. Hobart about to win their 8th ball game of the year and to advance to round 2.
And for Hobart, a win would up the Brickies' all-time postseason record.
Would it be 110, I think, is their victory total?
They have earned 109 prior to this. You are right, sir. Thank you for playing.
Looks like they're taking Gomez off, the left guard for Hobart, into the locker room limping. Again, that's one thing they do not have is depth. They got 8 guys going both ways, Paul. They cannot afford, they finally get everybody healthy, they can't afford to start losing guys. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
So on the kickoff, the ball gets out to right around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will set up shop. So Reed Robinson, who's been A steady as she go player for the Cougars. Terrific athlete as well as baseball player. So it's the 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Hey, congratulations goes out to Chris Hess and the Bethel University women's golf team. They've won 4 national championships in the last 5 years in girls and women's golf. 2 receivers set here to the near side, 2 to the short side now for Robinson. Robinson will hand it off to the left side. This time on the run was Dane Ryans, a 5'5", 132-pound freshman running back. As Coach O'Shea digging deep into that roster to get some guys some valuable playing time.
Just got to notice that KV wins just their 2nd game of the year. They beat Westside 15-6. So next week the Brickies will be down in Wheatfield to take on Kankakee Valley, and it sets up a potential sectional final with Lowell here in 2 weeks.
Oh man, what a defensive move by the Bricks coming up. Josh Diaz wraps up the ball carrier Ryans and just ate him for lunch. And that's going to be a huge loss on the play. And moving back to a 3rd down and 10 scenario. Ball here at the 32-yard line, under 7 minutes to go. Clock rolling on. Bricks are going to advance to round number 2.
Boy, I hope they get some of the younger kids in. Up 50-40. Under 7 minutes left in this ball game.
2 to the left, 2 to the right now. Robinson back to pass. Throws the deep ball down the right side. Ball is caught. Inside the 30 and down to about the 20-yard line. What an effort on the far side. Was it Mamaza?
Yeah, it's going to be Mamaza. I tell you, it's a heck of a throw and catch right there.
And now the Cougars, trailing 50-14, find themselves in business at the 21-yard line of HHS.
Mamaza able to get behind the secondary of Hobart. And pretty good throw right there by Robinson. One of the few times he's had time to actually throw the football.
It's going to be a gain of 46 on the completion. Nice play.
2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the short side now. Here is Robinson on the keeper. He is hit and brought down. Boy, I tell you what a great effort by Aiden Cash, the 6'4", 225-pound junior defensive end. That's a tackle for loss. That's going to be his 7th tackle for loss on the season. Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. 5.5 to go in the ballgame.
That's number 6 tackle for loss by the Hobart defense tonight.
And now the multiple substitutions in and out for Coach O'Shea and company. Once again, the Brickies a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, I thought, coming into the ballgame. They had lost 3 consecutive times to this new Prairie football program. And here is Robinson rolling to the near side, throws the ball down the left sideline. Ball is nearly intercepted along the near sideline. Great effort by Tolliver back there.
Tell you what, though, Oberle got by him. If Robinson's able to get that ball up a little bit higher with a little bit of air under it, needs it toward the corner, he's going to catch that football because he had gotten by Oliver. He had no help, and he let him get by him.
Ryder Slayton checks out of the ballgame now. He had just checked in. A lot of reserves starting to play for HHS now.
Good.
We're going to have to pass to all our game notes on to Vince Gray for next week.
Here's your 3rd down and 12. 4:25 clock rolling. Ball at the 23-yard line. The Cougars trying to ease the burden. Back to passes. Robinson, the ball incomplete. The intended receiver was Braden Kaminsky on the pattern.
It's a little square out, and the ball was behind him and low. Had no chance.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 from the 23-yard line of Hobart.
White on the coverage. Clock continues to roll under 4.
And now we'll move it back here to the 20. Officially, the line of scrimmage is going to be here at the 23.5-yard line.
Well, he's still got his basically his starting defense out there.
Miles White has played pretty solid out there for the Bricks tonight. Here's a 3-receiver set to the far side. And one here to the near side. Robinson, back to pass. Here's the blitz. And the ball knocked away. What a sensational defensive effort by Urban. The ball rolls around and Hobart is going to pick it up. The Brickies called the blitz and TJ Urban came in and just absolutely cold-cocked him. And with 3 minutes to go, the Brickies will thwart the offensive goals of the Cougars.
Well, he came in untouched off the edge from the blind side, so Robinson never saw him. And he got lit up, and he's shaking up a little bit walking off the field, trying to catch his thoughts. And then Logan Peters has enough whereabouts just to scoop that ball up.
And so the Hobart offense leading 50-14 with 2:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll have a chance to
see some subs here, Paul.
See some victory formation stuff.
Yeah, they got the backups in. Good. You
Looks
see
like
Espinoza out there.
Espinoza's
Espinoza out there. You got all new guys.
Yeah.
Good.
Johnny Espinoza, 5'10", 170-pound frosh.
I mean, they have no backup for Tatum, so.
And so the freshman in, getting some valuable playing time in the postseason. He's in that short shotgun. And Espinoza on the keeper, darts to the outside, and he's going to pick up a 12-yard run on his first postseason play. A shifty move, almost Steve McIntyre-like.
Cat-like.
Oh, my!
Cat-like. Gonna pick up 13. Just a Q keep, fakes it, pulls it out of the halfback, and off he goes. Well, he's not that big. He's my size. He's like 5'9".
That's what I said.
He weighs more. He's 170.
It'll be Dignan and Slayton wide to the near side.
Gonna run it again.
Espinoza. This time he had
slipped.
his feet knocked out from underneath him by Ethan Meckling. And that's going to be a loss of 2. So that 13 is now a plus 11, Frank. And now with 80 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, Lowell has joined the 50 club tonight as well. 56-21 lead now over Hanover. So that one winding down on Route 2. They'll be playing either Highland or East Chicago next week.
Espinoza, shotgun formation. This time he hands it off. And nice job on coming up as Reed Robinson defensively.
It's going to be Luke Richardson, number 12.
Yep. And a flag.
And we got another flag. Clock's going to keep running, though. That may have been the last play.
As the run by Luke Richardson.
This game's going to end with a bunch of flags.
They don't have to snap the ball again. Under 30, they may not even get the ball set.
And you can hear the We Are Hobart chant down below. Unsportsmanlike penalty on
it's gonna be
New Prairie 2 times.
2 of them. That's for the seniors. That's not the way you want to go out.
Nope.
That's the ball game.
And that is going to do it. The Hobart Brickies are going to advance to round 2 with a convincing win over New Prairie tonight by the score of 50-14. The Bricks are moving on with a record of 8 wins and 2 losses. The Cougars' season comes to an abrupt halt here on the road at Don Howe Field at the Brickyard. They are now closing out the season with 3 wins and 7 losses. As the teams will go through the handshake line, I hope cooler heads will prevail through this. We're going to take a 2-minute video timeout. 2-minute video timeout, and come back with more of our continuing coverage of the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Look at this score. Ouch. Shit.
Ow.
Jeff loves his coffee, raised in the region and values great quality for a great price. Jeff knows Family Express carefully sources its espresso beans from around the world, giving him a high-quality drink that won't bust his wallet. Fresh milk lattes, all-natural flavorings, a perfect cup every time. Family Express, quality espresso made for you.
Today's game is being sponsored by Farrell Wealth NIL, helping student-athletes manage money and build financial literacy. Visit farrellwealth.com or find them at Farrell Wealth, teaching athletes to win on and off the field.
Every day, people turn to their local Family Express store to fuel up and find what they're looking for. They enjoy their fuel for the day, fuel for their vehicle, even Grandma grabs some fuel for the grandkids before she gives them back to Mom and Dad. But what gives us all a little extra fuel? Saving money. And Family Express is helping you do just that with FE Perks. FE Perks is a rewards program helping you save money on fuel by purchasing everyday items. When you buy perked items like a pop or soda, depending on where you hail from, and a snack, items add up to even more savings. You save at least 3 cents off fuel every time you use FE Perks. Pick up your Family Express Perks card, register and get exclusive access to club cards, coupons, and free items in store. Download the app or sign up with your phone number for FE Perks by heading over to FamilyExpress.com.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports on WEFM and WJOB and JED TV. I'm Paul Condry. Privileged as always to be with you here tonight as we talk IHSAA postseason play. Fourth quarter with 4:54 to go, courtesy of our good friend Sam at WJOB. Mr. Michael tells us that East Chicago runs it in. 2-point conversion stopped by the Trojan defense. It's Highland 29, East Chicago 28. And a nip and tuck affair over there. This one is all Hobart tonight, 50-14. It's time for our Grendel Award. Going to be nominated here tonight for our top defensive player, of course, and it's presented in part by Spectrum Financial Group and Jeff Larimore. They're registered independent advisors, been serving clients in downtown Hobart since 1984. Located at 607 East 3rd Street. They specialize in 401k, IRA rollovers, and income planning for retirement. For nearly 4 decades, Spectrum Financial Group has been specializing in college funds, investment, budget analysis, insurance, and annuity products. For a clear and easy evaluation to put you on a path toward a more secure financial future, contact Jeff Larimore at Spectrum Financial Group at 219-942-8287. Once again, 219-942-8287. Our defensive lineman of the ball game, Aiden Cash, a 6'4", 225-pound junior. So congratulations goes out to Aiden for being our Grendel Award winner here tonight. We've been presenting that award for 34 years. Let's get over here to Frank, who is going to give you our scoring in today's American tackle football game.
All right, Paul, the Brickies scored 6 of their 7 possessions in the first half, and it got underway on their first possession with a 6-play, 57-yard drive, taking 3:01 off the clock. Alex Tatum firing a 25-yard touchdown pass to Bryce Tolliver. Peter Jonda added the PAT. That made it 7-0 at the 8:59 mark of the first quarter. After a Bricky fumble, New Prairie took advantage, and it only took them 1 play to go 68 yards, 12 seconds off the clock, as Lucas Halderman went the whole 68 yards to get New Prairie on the board at the 6:14 mark of the first quarter. Logan Chalik added the PAT, tied things up 7-7. Then the Brickies would take the lead for good on their next possession as they go 8 plays, 72 yards, take 3:28 off the clock. Alex Tatum this time on the ground, 28-yard touchdown run, and it was Janda on the PAT for the Brickies that made it 14-7 at that point at the end of the first quarter. Brickies scored in the early stages of the second quarter at the 11:08 mark. They go 5 plays, 43 yards, taking 2 minutes off the clock. And then it was Nick Subchinski this time scoring on an end around from 15 yards out. Janda, the PAT, made it 21-7. Hobart at that point. Next possession, the Brickies go 3 plays, 61 yards, take 1:05 off the clock. Tatum on a beautiful 50-yard touchdown pass to Stephen Miller at the 7:25 mark of the second quarter. Janda, the PAT, 28-7 Brickies at that point. New Prairie would answer, though, on their next drive, their best drive of the night. They go 7 plays, 58 yards, take 3:40 off the clock. It was Reed Robinson, a 37-yard touchdown pass to Trenton Mamaza at the 3:45 mark of the first half. Chalik added the PAT, cut the lead to 28-14 at that point, but Hobart would score twice before halftime. Big long pass set up a Max Pickett 9-yard touchdown run at the 3:03 mark of the second quarter. Just a 2-play 74-yard drive, taking 42 seconds off the clock. Janda, the PAT, 35-14 at that point. New Prairie rolls the dice and does not get it on a 4th down in their own territory. Hobart takes advantage before halftime. 3 plays, 30 yards. They take 56 seconds in doing so. Tatum with his second TD run of the night a 14-yard touchdown scamper with 1:28 to go in the half. Janda boots the PAT from 35 yards out as he goes 6 for 6 on the night. 42-14 Hobart at the half. There was no scoring in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, however, the final score of the night comes at the 9:03 mark of the fourth quarter. Hobart goes 10 plays, 55 yards, takes 4:48 out the clock, and it was Pickett this time from 7 yards out, his second score of the night. Josh Diaz comes in to go for the 2-point conversion run, and he gets it, and that puts the Brickies up 50-14, starts the running clock, and that will cap our scoring tonight as Hobart moves on to round 2 against KV with a 50-14 victory.
We're going to take our final commercial break. We'll come back and we'll wrap up with our final stats and our players of the game. We'll be back right after this 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more of the 53rd Annual Indiana High School Athletic Association State Football Tournament Series presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Vince Gray from the Regional Radio Sports Network and RRSN.com video. When we do Kankakee Valley football, we have our keys to the game, and they're brought to us by Scott Miller. You know what time it is. It's Scott Miller time. But the good news is that both of these guys have known each other just a little bit longer than I've known Scott. Paul Condry, you're my boss. Tell me all about your relationship with Scott Miller.
Well, Scott played for me when he was 12 years old back at Hobart Junior High, Hobart Middle School back in the day. Outstanding and productive player.
Thank you.
At least one game a year. But anyways, one thing.
All right.
But jokingly aside, he has absolutely excelled in his new profession. Scott Miller, realtor.
Scott, talk about it. What's it like to be a realtor?
It's not easy. I'm not going to lie. I specialize in residential real estate. We dabble a little bit in commercial, but I specialize in residential. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, I'd love to be your agent. Give me a call, 219-263-3039.
You know what time it is, folks, when you need to buy or sell a home. The best thing you can do is remember this. It's always going to be what time? Scott Miller time.
Looking back here on Regional Radio Sports, Paul Condry along with Steve McIntyre, Frank Gilpichouse. Glad you've hopped along with us here as we're going to wrap up our coverage of the first round of the IHSA Tournament Series. We're just going over, and of course, our final stats being sponsored in part by Property Management. Here is the man, everything you need to know about property management.
All right, yes. Did you know that PMI NWI is the highest rated property management company in Northwest Indiana? Well, you do now. Whether you own one property or multiple ones, or maybe you're a prospective owner as well, we're here to make your life easier. No contracts required. Let Property Management handle the headaches while you enjoy your investment. Visit us at www.pminwi or call 219-318-1244. See how we can help you get the most out of your properties. And don't forget to check out those 5-star Google reviews as well. There's lots of them. And speaking of lots of, there were lots of first downs for the Hobart Brickies tonight, 25 of them to be exact, as well as 474 yards of total offense, 290 of those on the ground tonight. New Prairie, 9 first downs, and they had 227 total yards, so a little less than half of what Hobart had. 124 on the ground, 103 through the air. Third downs, Hobart was outstanding tonight. 7 out of 8 will win you a lot of ball games on third down. New Prairie 3 of 10 on third down, 1 of 5 on fourth down. 2 turnovers on New Prairie, 1 on Hobart tonight. Hobart had 4 penalties for 40 yards, and New Prairie 3 for 45. Pretty light penalty ball game tonight here at the Brickyard. Some individual numbers for Hobart tonight. Max Pickett, 24 carries, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns, so nearly 300 yards in his last 2 games since coming back. A good sign for the Hobart offense. Alex Tatum had a solid night through the air. He was 9 of 15, 184 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He also carried it 7 times for 87 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns as well for the Brickies. Bryce Tolliver, a good night for him. 5 catches, 123 yards and a touchdown reception. And Stephen Miller had a 50-yard touchdown reception as well for the victorious Brickies, who are now 8-2 on the season. And they'll be traveling to Wheatfield to take on Kankakee Valley next week. Meanwhile, New Prairie, they bow out of the tournament 3-7. Reed Robinson, his final game in his high school career, carries it 21 times for 34 yards. Lucas Halderman, 6 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown, a 68-yarder, helped those numbers. Robinson through the air was 5 of 14, 103 yards, touchdown and 2 interceptions. Trenton Mamaza had a pretty good night, receiving 3 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown reception. But New Prairie's string of sectional championships will come to an end at 4 straight, and as Hobart continues their quest for a sectional title, as they beat New Prairie 50-14, as I mentioned. Hobart at KV next week. Lowell will be taking on either Highland or East Chicago at a site to be determined. I believe they'll be on the road no matter what next week. Lowell will be at either Highland or East Chicago.
Special thanks to our crew here at Hobart. Wonderful job by Coach Greg Crouch, Director Peter Rich, the Technical Director, Crystal Crouch, Huddle, James Mays, Cody Patterson, Tyler Gething, who took care of the scoreboard. Thanks again to my friend Sam Michael from WJOB and JED-TV for the opportunities that he presented with us here today to put this all together. So it was a first for our crew, where we did 2 radio stations simultaneously and the TV all at the same time. I think when it's all said and done, we had a blast being with everybody here at the Brickyard. Final score, once again, the Hobart Brickies defeat the New Prairie Cougars 50-14. High school football tonight has been presented in part by Family Express, Liuna, Spectrum Financial Group, the United States Marine Corps, Cuban Networks, Horizon Bank, Engravables, Scott Miller, 5-star real estate broker, Ivy Tech Community College, Mayor Pete Land of the City of Crown Point, Personal Injury Attorney Dave Cox, First Trust Credit Union, Friedman and Associates, LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office, Property Management of Northwest Indiana, Otto Schregel, and the Allen Law Group. We also want to thank our longtime friends here at Hobart High School. A special thanks to Mike Black for his wonderful hospitality, and special thanks to both of our coaches. Thanks again to Coach Eric Schreiber for joining us on the pregame show. Special thanks likewise goes to Ryan O'Shea. Great to see so many loved ones and friends. Coach Tom Kerr, I hope you're still with us watching tonight. Thanks for all you have done for all of us. Thanks again to Donnie Rogers, Mark Lito, and all of our friends who have stopped by to say hi to us today. For Steve McIntyre, Frank Kilpakowski, and Tiny Condry, my name is Paul Condry. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.